From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Good afternoon. There's a minor accident being moved on 40 eastbound as you come out of Loudoun County there at the 4075 split. They moved it over to the side. Busy on 75 again this afternoon. Slow go there. Southbound 75 at the Caryville exit as you come through that section of Campbell County. Turn your gold and silver coins into cash at Fountain City Jewelers right next to Liddon's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock, 3:02 on a Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Full house in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios today. Bear, Chase, and the new guy, Walker Smith. Although we got a bunch of new guys before us. So does Walker stop being the new guy, and then Chase and his crew, they're the new guys? Or are they the new guys?
They're the new guys. He's kind of like Ronnie Wood. He's going to be new guy forever.
Yeah, I think that's
just this formation.
That's just stuck.
Yeah.
It's just stuck. It's also a running bit. Like I've, been here for almost 5
Good,
months
so
now.
you're comfortable with it?
I've never had a problem with it.
That's good. I like. He's got thick skin. He doesn't have too much of an ego. I was wondering, it's like, does he feel like he's not part of the team? We want you to feel part of the team, new guy.
Never once felt that way.
You do get a little skittish at times when we get off into...
Skittish?
Yeah, skittish.
He gets skittish? How does he get skittish?
It's skittish when we get off into the gutter.
No, I think it's hilarious when we get off into the gutter. I just let you two guys
detect skittishness.
I mean, when we get into a ditch somewhere and you guys are just like saying stuff that I think is hilarious, I step back and let you guys riff.
Okay, well, good to have you, new guy. Good to see you.
Missed you yesterday.
Yeah. What were you doing yesterday?
One Knox? I had a production meeting with One Knox over at the stadium. Like we have our production meetings like in the big, in the press box. That big production room, whatever.
Yeah, right next to the
right next to where we set up
cool.
for remotes. Yeah, we just go meet in there for about an hour and a half, rehearse some stuff, talk about it.
What about these two guys having? It's like Bird and Magic, the rivalry of champions, with going for the Wallace Award this year.
With
these two guys are slugging it out right now.
Jace,
yeah.
Jay, I
feel like
I've
second
rebounded.
vacation in 8
Jace
weeks.
has a long way to go to catch up with new guy. Jay's not even in the same ballpark.
Okay.
Now, I mean, it's getting real with vacations coming up and everything. I mean, this is where we separate the men from the boys in the race for the Wallace Award. So we'll see what happens.
I feel like if I miss because I'm doing One Knox stuff, that shouldn't count. I feel like that has to have an asterisk on it.
How are we doing? Are they good at soccer?
They are pretty good. We're upper part of the table right now. They're just great. They have some good players.
People go to those games down there? You like being at the Smokies ballpark?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Smokies ballpark is, it's pretty big for the amount of size that One Knox brings in. But, we still they'll pack the houses on the premier games on the weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen the mound retract yet?
I haven't seen it happen myself.
Does it look wild when they got the soccer field set up in there?
Have you not seen the soccer field on that?
Honestly,
Yeah, it's weird.
Honestly, it looks normal to me now because I've seen it more as a soccer field than a baseball field now.
Oh, okay.
I have mixed feelings on it, man, because I love the new stadium. I love what it means for downtown. I know we're working through some hiccups with the local businesses and the parking and everything. That's to be expected. We'll get through it. Mm-hmm. But I'm just not a fan of soccer being played in baseball stadiums. I don't like NYFC playing in Yankee Stadium. And even going back to I'm not a fan of – I hate seeing the baseball diamond on the football field. And I hate when there's a baseball diamond and you can see the outline of the football field on the – I don't know. I just like specific stadiums to have their specific purposes, but –
that happened a lot more when we were young. There were stadiums.
It's cool that they have. I mean, it's better for the local soccer team to be playing there at Smoky Stadium than it is to be playing at like Austin East or wherever they used to play.
And like it's not like they lower the mound and they're playing on the turf. Like they put fresh sod on it before each set of games that they have.
Yeah,
like,
but it's still very visible.
Yeah, it's very visible, but it's not like they're playing on the dirt. You know what I mean?
It's not dangerous. So. That's good. What do you think? This is probably just you and me talking here, but the men's national team.
We can go. We want to go down that rabbit hole.
Not really, but I was tweeting about it last night. So we're hosting the World Cup next summer.
Year. Yeah,
it is less than a year away now.
Yeah,
and the United States has probably the best collective group of talent that it's ever had.
Yeah.
We have
Golden
players
age,
playing. Yeah, we got players playing all over the upper echelons of Europe. We have probably the most talented player we've ever had in Christian Pulisic. Just had the best professional season he's ever had. Played for AC Milan, and was very good. And he's not playing. We got some other guys that are just taking some time off. Our national team is a disaster.
It's
right now.
Not great.
We just lost to we lost to Switzerland last night. Who did we lose to before that? Turkey. The new coach, Mauricio Pochettino.
Your guy.
Is not my guy. Is not my guy. Very much not my guy. I said it was a mistake to hire him when we did it, and I'm being proven right. He is not a winner. He is not a winner. And we're stuck with him now, man. Like I don't know. Maybe we can fire him and bring Bruce Arena back and just play a 4-4-2 for the World Cup. That seems. I just can't believe we find ourselves in this position. It's so disappointing.
1 year
to
out.
a lot of soccer fans.
Yeah,
we're not. And look, I know we're not going to win the World Cup next year, but we had a chance to make a run. Yeah, we had a chance to
special.
To get out of our group and win a couple of games, and
could we make
semifinals?
The semis?
Yeah, maybe.
Depending on how the draw goes, and
the
frankly
Final
how our
Four
team looks, it would be unbelievable if we made it to, forget a semifinal, like a quarterfinal. If we won a knockout round game against a European team or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have we never made a Final Four?
I don't believe we've never made a semifinal. Farthest we've made is the quarters when we lost to Belgium. When Tim Howard on the team. Is that right?
We're in the 0-2 in South Korea. Look this up. I don't think we made the semis that year, but that was
one of our better
that's the
teams.
best run we've had in my lifetime. Young, Landon Donovan, Brian McBride was very good on that team, and then you had some of the guys on the tail ends of their national career, Tab Ramos and those guys.
Actually, we can count this. It's almost a century ago, but we did make a World Cup semifinal in 1930.
Yeah. We were semifinals, but were we finalists? I feel like there was one of those. But anyway, that's when they were playing with a leather ball. We have real football talk coming up. I promise. There's some Tennessee football news with kickoff times being announced and stuff like that. Kind of bummed out today, man. Like, was listening to some Beach Boys on the way in.
No.
Brian Wilson, legendary,
national
just
treasure,
giant of pop, American pop music, passes away today at the age of 82. And we've had a lot of young guys through the years work with us here, and we always try and and coach them up about Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. There's this, I think people look at it as it's kind of cheesy or campy, or I don't know what the word is. But that
Bubblegum
was
pop.
great music that stands the test of time. So inventive, so creative, so catchy, so rhythmic. The harmonies.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The melody. Brian Wilson, if there's a Mount Rushmore of America, forget Mount Rushmore. I mean, he might be – the fact that we lost Sly Stone and Brian Wilson in the same week
Oh, yeah.
is – what is it like? It's fitting, but it's interesting, right? I mean, those are two of the absolute giants.
Yeah, they're two guys that if you did do a Mount Rushmore, I mean, it'd be hard to keep either one of them off of it as far as American songwriters, musicians. And the Beach Boys stuff, for as bubblegum pop as it sounded, was incredibly complex. Nobody had ever layered vocals like that, and I mean they're the only band. He was the only artist that was able to put McCartney and Lennon to make them sit down in a chair and be like, what?
Yeah, they had a very kind of like McGuire and Sosa thing going on where they pushed each other and made each other better and made music better in the late 60s.
I think McCartney said is it Pet Sounds that inspired?
I forget
Sgt.
which.
Pepper's?
It's that or it's the other way around. The story was like McCartney played "She's Leaving Home" for Brian Wilson, and he was like, "Oh, I got to get to work," or so, and then he went and wrote Pet Sounds. I got to see Brian Wilson at the Tennessee Theater maybe 10 years ago, something like that, and oh my God, he's so old that it was kind of like Willie Nelson. He couldn't sing.
No, his voice was shot.
And he's just kind of like, and he like had a stroke or something, so he's just kind of mumbling the lyrics. And it was like, God only knows should I be without you, like that kind of thing. But he had like this huge band. So they had like 20 people on stage, and he was just sitting there at a keyboard and just kind of singing. And they came out and they just played like all the big Beach Boys hits. And then they took a break, and they came back, and they played Pet Sounds in its entirety.
Really?
Yeah. It was the Pet Sounds tour. And he had they had all the instruments. They had like 20 people on stage.
So it was like the Wrecking Crew was sitting on stage making all that noise.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And then they did an encore and everything. I mean, it was.
Did you do anything off Smile?
I mean, it's been 10 years. So I just remember being like that, even though like his vocal skills and just a phenomenal singer to be able to hit all the notes and sing in key and all that stuff. And even though those powers had left him, it was like, yeah, we got to see a legend. Got to see a legend tonight. Got to see him and McCartney here in Knoxville, both of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So dead today at the age of 82, Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys. Yeah, I was listening to – I love the slow stuff, man, the ballads. I was listening to Little Surfer Girl.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Don't Worry, Baby. Oh, my God. So good.
It's incredible.
So fantastic. And, yeah, man, that's
I don't know.
a
I love
giant.
the stuff
We're
off
losing
Pet
some good
Sounds.
ones. Yeah.
That is two huge, just back-to-back blows, so just gut shots. And modern music would be radically different without just those two guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much difference somebody at that level of talent can change the course of basically, the planet. So musically, at least.
And he had just a really interesting story. I never watched the biopic.
I mean,
they released a couple of years ago.
I mean,
he came with like a weird controlling father, weird family dynamic, and then he stopped touring basically to write all the Beach Boys music. He wouldn't perform it; he would just write it. And then at one point, the legend is he had taken so much acid or something he went kind of crazy and lived he had like a sandbox in his bedroom or something.
No, it was in his living room. That really happened. There's pictures of it. He's got like a Steinway, God knows how much it cost, grand piano.
Jesus.
On top of basically just like sand, and he's sitting at it. And I think he's wearing like a fireman's helmet, like a toy, like a kid's. Yeah, he's completely bonkers. There's a thin line between
and then
madness
he had
and genius.
in the 80s, like when he was coming out of that period, he had a life coach that was somewhat culty. Like his family was worried this guy just kind of took over his life.
The funny story, one of the guys, I can't remember which one of the guys in Super Drag, they're in an airport and saw past him. I think it was maybe at LAX, and said you could barely see the top of his head, but that was during, he had his life coach with him and like all these people just surrounding him walking. It was just really odd.
And then the other thing I remember seeing like 20 or 25 years ago, something like that, he was on one of those news magazine like ABC 2020 or something, where they did a long piece about him, and he had gotten away from the life coach, and he had found a good woman to take care of him that he was married to, and he had a nice house finally, and just kind of like a nice normal life for a guy with severe mental problems
and $1 gazillion.
And people would kind of take care of him and everything. And he said like he liked to play the piano, and he would, and he was always, and he's still writing new music. And the wife, the woman he was with, said that she would come down every night because he'd be playing something, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, like what is that? Like that's incredible." And he'd be like, "I don't know, it's just something I made up." And she's like, "We should like record it or so. Like that's the best song I've ever heard." And he'd be like, "No, it's all right." Like he would just make up amazing music, and it's just lost.
There's just guys at that level can do that. Fortunately or unfortunately, Prince died without a will, but he recorded all those kind of moments.
Oh yeah, some guys, they just have the gift to can just make music from thin air and not even think it's good, and it's amazing. It's unbelievable.
Brian Wilson. Wow. Yeah, he would send his cousins and his brothers out on the road. And then he would work over it. It was Western Recorders. That's where about half that Wrecking Crew movie is about Brian Wilson, basically, like what they did with him for all those records. Pet Sounds. So,
go listen to some Beach Boys. It'll make you feel better, especially this time of year. All right, coming up, Lucas Panzica joins the show in hour number 2. Proud graduate of the Fan Run Academy of Broadcasting. What a career this young man is off to. Your new Tennessee Titans radio pre- and post-game show hosts on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. The guy who used to go get us coffee.
We molded him.
Stuff like that. Lucas Panzica joining the show in hour number 2. Coming up, football kickoff time set for the entire season. Kind of. We'll go through it, and it's confusing, but we'll go through it for you. Tennessee baseball gets a commitment. Game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight. We got a lot of Major League Baseball games going on right now. We've got the U.S. Open starting tomorrow. A ton of stuff happening in the world of sports. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where's the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Costa at Knoxville Smiles. Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making it easier for you to see the dentist. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If going to the dentist in the morning or during normal business hours doesn't fit your busy schedule, come see us a little later. Call 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment, or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Attention local businesses. Are you looking for a powerful way to reach your customers? Want to get your message heard by thousands right here in our community? Then it's time to advertise on Fan Run Radio. Radio advertising works. It's affordable, effective, and gets results fast. Whether you run a restaurant, a retail shop, or a service-based business, we'll help you craft the perfect message to bring in more customers. With listeners tuning in every day, your business will stay top of mind. And the best part is, it's easier than ever to get started right now. Don't wait. Boost your brand and grow your business today. Email me at russell@fanrunsportsgroup.com or just DM me on Facebook or Twitter to learn more.
Good afternoon. Short stopping delays at John Sevier and Asheville Highway as it gets pretty busy out in that side of town this afternoon throughout East Knox County, building through downtown. Again, I-40 west to 17th Street. It's been another slow one today in Campbell County southbound. 75 up there around the Caravel exit. They're doing more work near that bridge. AMCO Transmission serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call AMCO at 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, online, fanrunradio.com, your free Fan Run app. A variety of ways for you to experience the program this afternoon. Start times for 5 of Tennessee's 2025 football games, including the first 4, have been announced. TV windows for the remaining 7 games also released today, so we kind of know when all the games are going to be starting. Of course, the season opener in Atlanta against Syracuse will be a noon start on ABC. We've known that for a couple of weeks now. 3:30 starts for both ETSU and Georgia, games 2 and 3. Game 4 against UAB will be a 12:45 p.m. start on the SEC network. The UTEP game will be a 4:15 p.m. start on the SEC network.
Okay.
I just love when the Miners come to town. Mississippi State, Arkansas, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Florida have all been given a flex window for television, meaning the games will start either between 3:30, 4:30 Eastern time or between 6 and 8. So if you want to think about it, early kickoff times being noonish, afternoon kickoffs being 3:30, 4, evenings being sometime between 6 and 8. You know those games, Alabama, Oklahoma, Florida, Mississippi State, Arkansas, that they won't be noon. They won't be. No. They'll at least be afternoon, if not evening start times. The one game we definitely know will be a night game at Kentucky.
I kind of figured that because when are we playing them this year? It's still early in the year?
October 25th.
It's kind of around Halloween. That's kind of gotten to be a tradition lately.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember the last time we played them during the day.
Yeah, that game's been a night game for at least the past 5 years, I feel like.
Yeah, the JG debacle in 2020 was a day game, as I recall.
Block that one out of my memory.
I was there for that one. That was
yikes.
Yeah, the year before, too. Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that game for a long time.
Well, you got to figure Alabama and Florida probably get. I don't know. I mean, Florida's towards the end of the year. I guess it depends on our records, but you got to figure Alabama would be like an 8 o'clocker, wouldn't you?
It's flexed, so I think it depends on what both teams do.
Yeah,
and I think that you're looking at Tennessee and Alabama. Alabama has a lot more talent, top to bottom, on their roster still than we do, but I think quarterback is a big question for both programs.
No.
So we'll see what those two programs do. But Tennessee announcing kickoff times. Let's see, anything else interesting there? The Vanderbilt game, that is a 4:30 kickoff. Is that official?
It just says afternoon, so it's in that slot between 3:30 and 4:30. One of those times is when it'll kick off, but it will definitely be an afternoon game.
Yeah, we want to roll down that. We want to be able to get out and celebrate on Broadway by about 7:30 or 8.
That one's at home.
Oh, that one's at home.
I'm just hoping that we're able to hold enough competitiveness the season together to where that Florida game in the Swamp on November 22nd that's been flexed is still one that holds people's attention. Like, we're going to have some you want to beat a Georgia or an Alabama, or at the very least hold serve against Oklahoma at home, win at Kentucky, beat Arkansas and Mississippi State, so that Florida game is meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
It would lose a little bit of luster. Now, it's probably beneficial for us if Florida season just gets away from them, like many people believe it could. Then, there's a good chance that we're playing an interim coach down there.
I hadn't thought about that.
Late in the season. Yeah. And then where are we? It's just, who knows what that game is going to look like. We know it won't be a noon kick.
Yeah.
No.
It'll be afternoon or evening.
So when's our last noon game of the year?
It'd be the UAB game. Yeah, on September 20th.
Wow. Get that out of the way. Got a couple of all those no night games in September.
That's tough.
That's tough from just a fan comfort.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough over there when the sun's right above you.
It's
those
tough.
aluminum bleachers.
Tough on the field. That field gets hot.
It's like a damn aluminum oven.
Yeah.
865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to call or text the show this afternoon, 865-966-3435. We're coming to phones here in just a second. First, though, a little breaking news this afternoon. VolQuest.com reporting that New Jersey safety prospect K.J. McClain has committed to Tennessee. The three-star safety from St. Joseph's Regional in West Orange, New Jersey, commits to Tennessee. Also had offers from Penn State, Rutgers, Texas A&M, and Syracuse. Good offer list.
Oh, yeah. I'm sitting here trying to think who's the last Jersey guy we had. I guess Garantano?
Yeah, JG, probably.
We've got it was the Lofton kid. Was it Jalen Lofton? I'm blanking. We got one this year. Tennessee has a pretty long history of plucking guys out of the New Jersey region. Old Bill Duff.
Yeah, some of our – I was getting ready to say, normally when we do get one, they're usually back in the day, they were usually fairly nasty. Tough guys.
5'11 and a half, 160 pounds, going to need to bulk up a little bit. 3-star according to On3
He must
and
be fast.
247, as well as Rivals, not rated on ESPN. But K.J. McClain, the latest commitment to Josh Heupel and the Volunteers.
Yeah, this is class of 26, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rising senior. He is the 12th commitment, I believe, of the class.
Let's all remember this day if this kid has a great senior season and starts blowing up the charts, up the boards, and how many stars he ends up with.
This young man is a teammate, I believe, of C.J. Edwards, who is another commitment for the class of 2026 at St. Joseph, if I'm reading this correctly.
So went after one and ended up finding another one at the same school.
Go back and double check that. Was the guy, was Farouk, Idris Farouk, is he from New Jersey as well?
I feel like he's from Maryland.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How long? I'd completely forgotten about that guy.
You're
probably going to be on the field.
Forget about him this year. Yeah, he might be starting safety next to Turrentine. So
True.
I'll have to bring him along quickly. Let's go to the phones and talk to DR Vol, who's up first on the hotline this afternoon. What's up, DR?
Hey, what's going on, guys? The September schedule sucks, man. I'm all right. When I saw the Georgia game time, I thought, God, I'm going to die of a heat stroke. I can see it coming a mile away.
Well, hydrate.
I do hydrate. It's called Coors Light.
Yeah, you don't have to drink 20 beers before you go into the stadium, DR. You know, I had this talk with my 10-year-old earlier today. It's like you decide your behavior. I don't make you do things. Your mother doesn't make you do things. Nobody is responsible for DR Vol besides DR Vol.
Yeah, that's true. I thought you were talking to your 10-year-old about drinking 20 beers. I thought that's right.
Well, you got to
where I
start
thought that was
hammering these messages into them early, DR.
That's true.
If you wait till he's 21, it's too late.
That's true. My son at 2 years old was drinking an IPA by the beach. I didn't realize he was drinking my beer. I was talking to somebody, and the waiter said, "Sir, he's drinking your beer." And I said, "Huh? He's usually only into light beer."
It's one of my he's usually just an old-fashioned kind of a guy, you know, the hard
Likes
stuff.
a good lager.
That's one of my earliest memories in life is my dad letting me sip his beer when I was like probably about 4 years old. It was gross, I thought at the time.
So it turned me off
Yeah,
of
it's
beer.
funny.
We drank beer.
Funny how
I liked beer. Still like beer.
funny how taste buds change because beer is definitely an acquired taste. I used to hate it. Now, man, I'm all about it. As far as the heat, I remember back in 2009, I went to that UCLA game. It was the home opener, Kiffman's year. I think that's the hottest game I'd ever been to in Neyland Stadium. And, of course, we were up there in front of the Jumbotron, worst seats that I've ever sat into. It was just god-awful. And then we pissed it away, 3 chances at the end to score, and we couldn't put it in. And, I mean, Russ, the more you've talked about it, the more I think about it, Kiffin really wasn't great that year.
No.
What's he won? I mean, you talk about that year. Like, what has he won in over 15 years now on the national college coaching scene? What has he won when he's not standing next to Nick Saban?
It's his biggest win, DR. Sugar Bowl.
Did he win it?
Didn't he beat LSU last year?
I mean, he's had some individual games, some individual moments, but what, has he won any championships?
He has. The Conference USA championship.
Oh. That's his crowning achievement.
Yeah.
Well, to his defense, we've never won that.
Hey, man, if promotion and relegation were a thing in college football, we'd have won a couple of those championships years ago.
A few years. I don't know if we'd won that. I don't know if we'd beat Bethel, and probably don't know what that is. It's in McKenzie, Tennessee, but they're a little NAIA football team. Guys, did y'all see that report came out yesterday that Texas Tech is going to spend about $55 million on their athletics next year between NIL and revenue sharing?
That makes sense. They have, I don't know the guy's name, I forget it, but they have
a billionaire.
That one big billionaire donor that is just, we will win at every sport at all costs, and I will pay for all of it.
Yeah, but how are they going to get it through Deloitte? The
They're not.
clearinghouse.
They're just going to cheat.
They're just going to do it.
They're just going to do it, and nobody's going to call them on it. Same as every SEC school.
There are no
it's
rules.
like the good old days.
Yeah.
Hey, Barrick, can I ask you a personal question?
That's a very loaded question coming from you.
It's nothing offensive. Are you going to L.A. next week?
I don't know. It's very up in the air right now.
I will pay for it. I'm serious. This would be great content. If you go, I want a GoPro on you when you get near them riots, and I want the
I'm not
GoPro
going
facing
anywhere
your
near any
face.
kind of civil unrest. Have you been close to a mob situation before? It's terrifying.
Close to a mob
No.
situation. We were at the center of the hurricane on Shiano Sunday.
I mean, I don't want. I mean, that's why I've got a great trip planned, but I don't know.
Russ, you think Bear would be waving the USSR flag when he got there?
Voltakes on X says, all I know is L.A. wasn't rioting until Nico got there.
You know?
Oh, that's great. Well, guys, that's about all I got. I will, big fan of the show. I will say A-Block Soccer Talk. What's next tomorrow? Midget tossing? You have a good day.
I'm surprised he could say that without wetting his pants. He's
Yeah.
so terrified.
Same.
Of little people.
It's okay. Some of us, we care about the
I mean, that's a good first step is just admitting that you have a problem. At least you can
True.
talk about it.
Yeah.
And,
It's true.
If this were exposure therapy, it's like he's said the words little people on the air.
Yes.
The next step would be, maybe showing him some pictures or video
Mhm.
of little people without them present.
Yeah.
Maybe the step after that is
A little exposure therapy.
Yeah, we find a little person and like maybe he gazes upon it,
Yeah.
the little person from across the parking lot. And then eventually like you work your way up until he's sitting down and
breaking bread with
yes,
one?
and maybe
letting go of all that
give him a
bizarre stuff.
A shoulder rub or something to a little person and your problems are at an end.
Mm-hmm.
I really never thought anybody would have any more weirder hang-ups than me on this show, but DR and the little people, that's pretty far out there.
865-966-3435, your number if you want to get on the show this afternoon, 966-3435. Tennessee baseball getting a commitment. Tony Vitello on the warpath with a vengeance, trying to fill up this roster with more big-time talent for the season ahead. We'll tell you who commits to Tennessee today, a local boy pledging to play for the Big Orange next year.
Mm-hmm.
And a former Vol flashing early in an NFL training camp. We'll tell you who that is. Stay with us. It is The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Are you tired of trying to squeeze your dental appointments in on your lunch break or before you go to work? Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making going to the dentist easier. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. To take advantage of our new evening hours, make your appointment now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just call us at 865-539-1776. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Do you love to gamble? Do you enjoy listening to people talk about gambling? Well, then I have some good news for you. Every weeknight at 6 p.m., you can hear John Reed and William Pattison go over the slate, thanks to our friends at VIP Play. Sports topics aren't always black and white, but on the slate, they are always green. Nothing but trends, angles, and bets to try to make you some money. The Slate, presented by VIP Sports on Fan Run Radio, weeknights from 6 to 7 p.m.
Good afternoon. It's heavier than it was 15, 20 minutes ago with that traffic volume on I-40 around Hall of Fame as that traffic builds through downtown, making its way back out to West Knoxville. Stop and go out here at Cedar Bluff right at the interstate. It's getting heavier on that Solway Bridge. Now, trying to get out of the Oak Ridge area. It's been slow again. Southbound 75 up there in Campbell County. It's a mess there around that Caravel exit as they continue to work. Fountain City Jewelers, your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Go by and see Mark Enix at Fountain City Jewelers next to Liddon's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, cruising right through your Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Yeah, Tennessee baseball picking up a commitment yesterday. ETSU transfer Brady Frederick committing to the Big Orange just 2 days after entering the transfer portal and a day after visiting Tennessee. We talked about this at the time. When you go in, when a kid who went to Bearden and then went to ETSU goes into the portal with a do not contact tag, whatever that means on there, it's a pretty good sign that
it's done.
He knows where he's going, and you didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to put the pieces together here. 2 seasons at ETSU. He was the SoCon Pitcher of the Year this past season. Interview with Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider. He says, it means everything. All my neighbors are Vol fans. I have so many friends that go to UT. I grew up going to those games. I used to go to these games when I was younger. I went to all UT sporting events, so this is super huge to me, kind of a full circle moment. Yeah, had a really strong season this year. Finished with an 8-2 record, 2.67 ERA, and .89 WHIP.
It's really good.
77.2 innings pitched. And he is
he a big guy or
he's a submarine
he's a submarine guy. Like the pictures I've seen, and it's not like AJ Causey sidearmed. It's like he gets
it's almost
low.
underhanded.
It's a true submariner.
It's a true submariner. Like, and you know, it's great. He was SoCon Pitcher of the Year. He wasn't a starter. This guy's a reliever. He didn't make a single start last year.
So we're bringing him in. He's coming in as he's going to be our reliever.
Probably will contribute in fighting for a closer role, maybe, or definitely that 7th, 8th inning type of guy. And, you know, submarine ballers, like, I honestly can't remember if I've ever gotten to watch a pitcher on one of my favorite teams that is a submarine baller.
It's just such a weapon to have if you've got like, hypothetically, like a Liam Doyle type who's just pumping 98, 99, and then all of a sudden this guy's coming and throwing it. I imagine that throws the team off.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the sinker that most submariners use, Frederick throws a cut fastball that sits 85 but touches 86 to 87 on good days, according to Shump. He complements the cut fastball with an upper 70 slider that he throws frequently and a changeup that he used less last season at ETSU. So a different kind of pitcher than we've had in years past. We'll see how that translates to the SEC.
Mm-hmm. You know, he pitched against us this year.
How'd we do?
Because we played ETSU in one of the midweek games on March 18th, tossed 3 2/3, allowed 2 runs, 2 hits with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk.
That was back when we were on it. Then.
Yeah, they gave us our first loss this year.
I believe so.
So we'll see these pitchers and the hitters as well, but it's been really amazing to see what Q and the strength guys can do in this program. And by the way, a side note, you know, there was a lot of rumors going around about Coons maybe going in the portal. I've heard that has quieted down a good bit, and they think he's set to come back.
He's gone full. I'm not going
That's
anywhere.
Good to hear.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's good.
These guys usually, and remember, he's a true freshman, and an off season where he really dedicates and does whatever Vitello and Q are telling him to do, puts on 10, 15 pounds of muscle. We've seen it with countless guys here through the years. Dolander, Beam, all these guys got huge after a year or two in Tennessee's strength and conditioning program. And even Liam Doyle, who came in here with his fastball sitting 94, maybe 95 miles an hour, just one offseason, just a couple of months working out in Tennessee's program, and he's throwing upper 90s. So we'll see. Like I don't know that a submariner who's topping out at 86, 87 is going to be an upper 90s guy. I don't know that he has to be. I think it's more the style, the stuff, the awkwardness of hitting that, which is his weapon, although I'm sure he'll get bigger and stronger too. But for Coons, because he's another guy that was sitting 95, 96-ish with that fastball this year, it's like, can he get to where he's a 97, 98 guy? Because he was one of the top players in baseball, one of the top prospects that did not go straight to the pros, that played college baseball. So I'm really hopeful that he takes a big step this offseason and becomes a dependable weekend starter.
Well, sure, and you would think if he does start touching, 97, 98, 99 in that area, that's a lot harder to hit for SEC batters than 95 when they're just sitting waiting on a fastball. I mean, he can blow it past them.
Speaking of blowing past people, we all remember Dante Thornton, the speed he flashed, the 4.340 he ran at the Combine. Never really saw it on a consistent basis for an entire season at Tennessee, but when you're 6'5" and you can run that fast, you're going to get drafted. He got drafted in the 4th round by the Raiders. First Raiders minicamp going on this week. Team reporter Levi Edwards writes that the former Vol is one of the most impressive Raider rookies so far. Quote, Dante Thornton has seen a lot of reps at outside receiver opposite of Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. He was a constant target for Geno Smith throughout practice, reeling in at least one highly contested catch in the end zone during a red zone period. So Dante Thornton already, this is what we saw here, the flashes. Can he stay healthy?
Can he stay consistent?
Physical freak. Well, he's just healthy, man. That's all it is. If he's out there, he has a chance to be a star. You talk about, for a 4th rounder, if he's healthy and becomes what we thought he would be here, I mean, that'd be one of the steals of the draft.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, at 6'5", running a 4.340, that's getting in a
he's just the prototypical
range.
Go and get it.
Signed a $5.25 million contract.
Nice.
Got $1 million signing bonus. Going to be making $840,000 in base pay as a rookie. It's pretty good work if you can get it.
Yeah, hopefully he'll stay healthy and he can get to that second contract and really cash in.
Texter says, soccer talk in the A block. Serenity now. Serenity now. That's my fault. We should have saved that.
I mean, it's one time, once a year you do that. Everybody just chill out a little bit and let you talk about soccer? It's not the end of the world. It's middle of the summer.
I should have saved it for the throwaway segment, but I got in my feelings. We were talking to Walker about his experience working with One Knox, and it was on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, we got, just completely messed up by Switzerland.
I'm going to be so mad this time next summer.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be impossible.
If we don't get out of the group stage in the World Cup that we host with our best players supposedly in their prime, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Yeah. I'm already pre-nervous about it for a year out.
And if you don't care that I'm going to be pissed off, I'm just telling you that you're going to be pissed off because the World Cup is going to be in America next summer, and everybody's going to be talking about soccer, not just this show, and it's really going to piss the non-soccer people off, which I'm kind of looking forward to. That's going to be funny. Texter says, it seems like this year has been the least amount of off-season, quote, buzz that any that Heupel has been here.
Well,
you kind of had the whole thing with Nico, whatever happened there, and then
give it some time, man. We just had a somewhat disappointing end to our baseball season. People aren't ready right now to just immediately turn the page to football. It's been a wild year, man.
An Elite Eight run.
You had a great football season. that crashed and burned in the final. You had a great basketball season that crashed and burned in the final game. You had a great baseball season that crashed and burned in the final series. So I think like there's a lot of just, you know what? I think our fans know it's been a very good sports year. Danny White is won the whatever athletic director of the year award. I think our fans realize that, but it's just been it's been a long year as well, and it's time for summer break, and we all need to go to the beach, and we all need to go swimming in the pool, recharge, and there's not a lot of buzz now on June 11th. Check back with me here in a month. Right before SEC Media Days, I think that buzz will start to pick up. Check back with me a month after that in early August when the team is reporting for camp. I think the buzz will start to be picking up. And then guess what? A month after that, we'll be into the season, and everybody will be just as bat poop crazy about Tennessee football as they always are.
Absolutely. There's also every year there are 5 teams that go home on a win. Everybody else, they lose their last game.
Yeah.
Texter says the last day game we played at Kentucky was 2011. We played Kentucky during the day at Neyland 2020, 2018, 2016, 2014, 2012, and 2010. That guy has done his research.
We do our research. Have you done your research?
Hey, speaking of relegation earlier, Botch could have totally sold us on a what conference were you talking about? Big South
Conference USA.
Yeah.
Or the
if we had gotten
Conference.
relegated with Butch,
it's critical.
We won the Conference USA.
Be kind.
Champions of life.
Texter says hottest game ever was Georgia State, hotter than Hades, and we got whooped.
Oh God.
Heard curse words I've never heard before. Thank Gump for that.
That was bad.
I don't know. The hottest game I've ever been to over there was the infamous UCLA game back.
Scorcher.
It was hot because we saw it at AstroTurf. It was the year before they put it in grass, and that amplified it.
I don't know what the hottest game at Neyland I've been to is.
I think I'd have to agree with the Georgia State take. That was miserable.
That was the game where
so many different ways.
The boat set on fire before the game.
Oh, yeah.
All the trumpet player passed
the band
out.
member passed out, yeah.
Just face first, just planted on the grass.
Yeah.
Nobody's helping him. What if that kid was having a stroke or something, or just sitting there playing the damn alma mater while a kid's stroking out, dying on the field?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious he was having some kind of heat stroke.
Yeah.
You're talking about an actual stroke.
Nothing's obvious, Dr. Bear. I mean, you got to go out there and check on him, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
medics.
I'm just
Wool
saying.
uniform.
We got a tuba player down.
It's like 115 on the field, and he's dressed head to toe in worsted wool. Russ, yeah.
What would
I
you
think
have
it was heat stroke.
What would you have done?
What you got to do is you got to basically strip him down, and you got to get him cooled off quick.
Just take all his clothes off right there. So now, not only is he having heat stroke, he's butt-ass naked.
He's naked.
In front of 100,000 people.
There's kids there.
Kids.
But you don't want to use cold water. I've always been told.
I had a heat stroke when I was a little kid playing a soccer game. That's what they did. They started pouring the water on. Took my clothes off, pouring water all over me.
Yeah. I had one at football practice one time. I had to go into our high school gym and sit there with cold towels and everything.
That's rough.
You overheated?
Never happened to me.
Never happened to you? You never overheated?
No. I mean, whenever I was doing summer sports, it was always swimming, so I was in the water. Wouldn't overheat.
You can get dehydrated doing that.
Yeah, you can get dehydrated, but you won't get too hot doing
it. 865-966-3435, your phone number to call in or text the show this afternoon, 866-9...
What are you doing?
865-966-3435.
Are you having a heat stroke right now?
Maybe.
Having a moment over there?
Yeah.
It's not even that hot in here today.
Trying to do too many things at once here, trying to multitask, overestimating my own capabilities as always.
So have you hit the vacation countdown yet? We're kind of getting towards the end of the week here. Started the mental checkout.
No. It's not my style. I'm a pro. I got work to do, man. We got these shows to do. You gonna do it? No. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to lift up my burden. I'm going to shoulder it. We're going to lean into it. We're going to do the thing here this afternoon. Just like my Braves. About to win a series, up 6-1, headed to the 8th inning. What could possibly go wrong? Don't answer that question.
Did they get beat last night?
Yeah.
They did. They won the day before.
Rubber match of a series. You don't just stroll into Miller Park or whatever they're calling the Brewer Stadium right now and waltz away with a series victory.
I know that very
Who's playing the Twins? Was that you guys? Cardinals, I think, we're playing.
No, we're playing the Blue Jays right now.
We're playing
It's the Reds.
Cleveland.
Oh, I have no idea who's playing the Twins.
Is it the Yankees?
Maybe.
Dynamite drop-in bear. Cody Campbell is the prominent Texas Tech booster and founder of the Matador Club, who is pumping all that money into Texas Tech. He just sold off his oil company and said, you know what? I'm just going to make my alma mater win.
Huh.
I kind of like it. As long as it
I don't hate
hurts Texas and Texas A&M more than us.
Yep.
Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio. Hour number 2 coming up.
The Drive.
If you haven't been to the brand new Covenant Health Park yet, what are you waiting for? There are so many incredible promotions still to come. First, you asked for it, so you got it. All You Can Eat Wednesdays is back. And how about Thirsty Thursdays with half-off draft beers? Or maybe Smokey's Version Night, 4th of July, Pete the Cat Day, or Christmas in July. Check out all the great upcoming promotions at SmokiesBaseball.com and grab your tickets now.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the Triple Wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Merritt Garage Door and Services has been serving East Tennessee since 1963. At Merritt, quite simply, the customer comes first. Their door specialists will not try to needlessly upsell you because they are not commission-based like other places. This allows them to focus on your needs and not their pockets. They offer a range of beautiful garage doors in a variety of styles to suit the architecture of your home, and they will supply and install a wide range of garage door openers and accessories to take your door to the next level. To request a quote or schedule a service repair call, visit merrittgaragedoor.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Every 40 seconds, a child goes missing somewhere in the U.S. You can help in the effort to find missing kids simply by donating your car or boat to Find the Children, a nonprofit organization dedicated to returning missing children to their families. Find the Children works closely with national and community agencies and organizations and helps distribute flyers and posters that are directly responsible for recovering missing kids. Your car or boat donation helps protect and recover children in every state and community by sponsoring child safety and recovery programs. For fast, free pickup, call anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Running or not, your car, truck, van, RV, or boat will be towed away free of charge. Fast, free pickup, plus it's tax deductible. Everyone wins when you donate your car or boat to Find the Children.
Call right now. 800-466-8813. 800-466-8813. That's 800-466-8813.
Good afternoon. A couple of accidents still getting some attention out here as it continues to build through downtown Knoxville with that volume. 40 East at 17th Street, Alcoa Highway building pretty good southbound. Back into Blood County as you travel out through Alcoa. Stop and go Cedar Bluff at the interstate's been a mess again. On 75 South up there and around the Caravel exit in Campbell County. Fostering Hope TN helping thousands of East Tennessee kids in the foster system. For more information, if you want to help out, it's a wonderful organization, FosteringHopeTN.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. Fan Run Radio on the Top 4 at 4 is brought to you this afternoon by Barley's. They're getting ready for sports trivia over there tomorrow night. Head on down after the show. Check them out and test your mettle against the other sports geniuses in this town at Barley's Pizzeria and Tap Room. Jace Brown, what do you got?
Thank you. At number 1, some Tennessee baseball recruiting information. GoVols 247's Ben McKee reported earlier that ETSU transfer pitcher Brady Frederick announced his commitment to Tony Vitello and Tennessee baseball today. Frederick went 8-2 with an ERA of 2.67 in 77 2/3 innings to become the first ETSU pitcher to win the conference's Pitcher of the Year honor. His .89 whip ranked 7th nationally, while he was 9th in hits allowed per game at 5.79 and 25th in ERA.
It's a good pickup. Now, who was the kid? There's the kid from Rutgers. There are two from Rutgers. Who was the one we really wanted? The on-base machine who hit 420 last year.
That was the Seton Hall kid.
Seton
it was
Hall.
Aiden Robbins.
Yeah.
Had like
That's
438
the one
average.
I want.
Yeah.
And he'll probably be harder to get. He's not from here. He's going to have other offers. We're going to have to, I don't know, do whatever you got to do to get a kid like that. But that's the one I got my eye on.
At number 2, the global watchdog of doping in sports said Wednesday it will urge public authorities to shut down the drug-fueled enhanced games planned in Las Vegas next year. Quote, "We will urge the U.S. authorities to find legal ways to block this initiative," World Anti-Doping Agency President Witold Banka said on the sidelines of a meeting of Olympic sports bodies. Organizers of the games scheduled for next May promise $1 million bonuses to beat world record times by athletes who will be encouraged to use performance-enhancing drugs under medical supervision.
Didn't you at one time say that you just assumed they all were and wanted that, you know?
Well, I mean, that's what this is.
Do you have a problem with it? As long as it
No.
doesn't affect the real world records.
Well, and
they aren't jacked up.
Everybody
records.
knows the risks. Everybody
grow
knows
a
the
third
deal.
eye.
Yeah, you're not. I'm more interested to see like the women compete. See
Like,
some of those West German broads out there with the
the East German broads like back in
like
the day
a
with the-
full-on back carpet and
Yeah, the rash.
huge muscles and everything.
I am Helga. I swim.
No, I
when,
think
when are the enhanced games?
Next May
What are you, Mr.
in
Gray?
Las Vegas.
these are
The
going to be
They
enhanced
should come.
games.
They should come up with something better.
these are going to be awesome.
It's like all jacked up.
I think it's going to be so fun.
You think there's going to be any fights breaking out with all these roided up dudes?
I mean, should they bring
Maybe.
back Olympic sprinter Ben Johnson to be to light the hypodermic cauldron?
Yes. Who are going to be the legends of the game at the enhanced games? Barry Baroyd and Roger Clemens got to be out there.
Barry Bonds, McGuire
and Sosa come out, tip their caps. Rafael Palmeiro can come out and wave his finger.
Ben Johnson.
The finger wag heard around the world.
Most of the Soviet bloc women's teams from circa 70 to like the fall of the Soviet Empire.
Justin Gatlin get in there, just all hopped up on Ritalin.
That'd be a lot of track. I've got it. Lance Armstrong.
Lance
will be
He
walking in
has
the
to be
American
in it.
flag.
I mean, we could have we better win the enhanced games is all I'm going to say. Are they doing it by country?
If I had to guess, it's probably just individual.
Ooh, I got something for you.
I want to win. I want the America. I mean,
what about
we run faster, we swim faster, we jump higher, and damn it, we have the best drugs in the world, the strongest, most competitive, enhancing drugs. I don't know, but I want
Soviet and East German scientists, they had it. They were just basically giving their athletes like horse steroids, literally.
If Rocky IV was any indication, when they had Ivan Drago during the scene where he's like running around and everything, you know what do they call those in movies when
montage?
A montage. The montage. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Was that Karate Kid?
I can't
No,
remember.
that was
that was Rocky.
It was one of those movies. They all kind of run together for me now.
I'm not going to give an answer because
A good montage scene, though, is critical to those types of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was like an 80s thing. Kids would move into the abandoned building. Critical. They do a montage, and next thing you know, it looked like, you know, like a 5-star palace with some cinder blocks, some fresh paint, a little sweeping.
Guy's working out. He can barely get halfway up the steps in the first scene, but at the end, he's going a little faster. And the part where he was fading at the beginning, at the end, he's pushing through. He's finding a second wind. Rocky's running up those steps, and yeah, man, I made it on the top of it. Rocky, Sly Stallone was caught with the HGH on the plane. We had a lot of actors that can participate.
A lot of professional wrestlers. Vince McMahon will be there. Yes. Octogenarians do not normally are able to squat 600 pounds like he is and bench press 5.
I mean, at some point, you got to have – I know we're just destroying your segment here, Jace.
You should have been insolent about the doctor.
You're going to have an in memoriam segment where they show all the,
former
Lyle Alzado, Chris Benoit, whatever happened there. Like, all the guys that we've lost.
Ultimate Warrior, all the guys that dropped dead of heart attack.
Ultimate Warrior guys.
They say how CTE got him, basically.
Yeah, but he was playing football in the 1990s. I mean, come on.
All those guys are roided out. Danaball, Winstraw.
At number 3, time for an MLB scoreboard update with some midday action. Some games have already gone final. In the bottom of the 6th, the Cardinals trail the Blue Jays 5-2. In the bottom of the 8th, the Braves are up on top of the Brewers 6-2, and this one just underway. In the bottom of the 2nd, the Mariners strike first and lead 1-0 over the Diamondbacks.
How about that?
Good for the Braves.
How close are y'all to 500 now?
Not close.
If they hold on to this one, they'll be 9 games away.
Earlier today, we've got a 25% chance of making the playoffs.
Which is...
So you're telling me there's a chance.
25% for a team. What is it, 8 games under 500 right now?
10.
10?
You guys have been
That's
behind the 8 ball
insane.
since April, right?
Speaking of PEDs, we got Jerkson Profar is eligible to start a rehab assignment next week. Remember, he had 80-day suspension, so he's coming back soon.
I can't
never say never.
Another Braves thing. Quick tangent. The fact that I think it was last week, Bryce Elder had that start that he had and y'all lost that game was one of the most sad things I've ever seen. It was the best start of the kid's career. And the Giants walked him off.
It was a good start. They didn't walk him off. They walked the Braves.
The Braves off.
It's bad. This game's not over. End of the 8th, 6-2. I mean, there's a lot that could go wrong with this bullpen.
And at number 4, a very strong field and an extremely difficult course can't stop bookmakers from making Scotty Scheffler a historic favorite for the 125th U.S. Open this weekend. His incredibly short odds also aren't preventing bettors from backing him en masse. En masse, I don't know.
Come on, Chase.
I don't know.
En masse is pretty good, though.
That's pretty good.
How did we say it, Webby?
In mass.
No.
What do you mean?
En masse.
En masse.
En masse. I believe it's en masse.
I've heard
do it
in
on
mass
masse.
my whole
okay,
life.
so I didn't mess up that bad. All right. Scheffler shows plus 275 odds to win the 2025 U.S. Open at Oakmont Country Club. That makes him the largest favorite for any men's golf major since Tiger Woods was plus 225 or shorter for every major in 2009, though he would not win any of those tournaments.
Is it weird? I've completely – it's gone under the radar. U.S. Opens this week, and this used to be – I mean, is this something because we don't have Tiger anymore and there's just – I don't feel like there's anybody with a draw or star power that – I remember back in the day, I used to be diehard about watching the U.S. Open, man.
I don't think casual fans are tuned in, but golf people are pretty fired up in golf circles.
This is Oakmont. This is like the hardest course in America almost.
Yeah, they're saying this is –
This place is going to be.
Yeah, I think Scheffler said that this week. He said it's the hardest course that we've ever played.
6 feet of rough.
2003 Tiger Woods sneers at it.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but Scotty Scheffler is. I don't want to say he is at the. He is approaching Tiger Woods territory.
He's nowhere close.
Scheffler
he's dancing around it. He's
got
not there.
He's got a long way to go, but he's very dominant right now.
The on-pace stuff is
Scheffler / Rory or the field.
Scheffler. Not even Rory. Rory's been bad since.
You just think Scheffler's going to win?
I would take Scheffler.
The way that
field.
I just don't think Oakmont's the kind of course Rory can.
Well, Rory can't drive the ball. He hasn't been able to drive the ball since the Masters when he got popped at the PGA for having a bad driver.
It's an Open. You got to hit long and straight.
Yeah,
we've had golf PEDs, right? Well, Tiger was.
He was involved in the business.
Yeah, he was on the HGH. Was
Balco maybe?
DeChambeau, was he tied up in that?
I don't think
there's a bunch of those guys that have that look. It's like, dude, you gained 30 pounds of muscle in about 12 calendar months. What's going on with you?
I don't think Bryson ever got popped for PEDs, but he went through that phase in
how hard do they test those guys though?
2021, 2020, when he just got huge. He was eating 5,000 calories a day of just a bunch of stuff because he was obsessed with driving the ball farther than anyone.
Well, that and those guys, when you start seeing, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't DeChambeau start having a bunch of injuries?
Yeah, he did.
You start seeing guys that are that big having tendon and ligament.
Mm-hmm. No. Bryson's a big YouTube golf guy now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got his own thing going on there.
He's got 2 million followers. He actually made a YouTube video of him playing Oakmont that came out this week.
Postseason honors continuing to roll in for Tennessee baseball. 3 Vols garnering All-America honors from the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association this afternoon. A day after earning All-America status from Perfect Game, the Tennessee trio of Liam Doyle, Andrew Fisher, and Gavin Keelan recognized by the NCBWA following their outstanding junior seasons. So these guys continue to pile up the awards.
When do they announce the
Golden Spikes?
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly.
I think they do it once we get to Omaha.
Once we get to Omaha?
That's Friday. Don't those games start Friday? Friday or Saturday?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
it's this week then probably.
Yeah. And then I've got a nomination for the all-steroid team, Russ, a name we haven't mentioned. Bill Romanowski.
I know that name.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude was jacked up on
He's
so
on the
much
HGH.
stuff.
Spit in a guy's face.
He was crazy.
Yep.
Completely insane on that stuff.
Golden Spikes winner is announced on June 21st, 10 days.
So in the middle of the College World Series. Interesting. Yeah, it's always It's like the way they announce the Wood. Did they announce the Wooden Award winner like in the middle of March Madness? Isn't that how they do that too?
I'm not sure, but I'm getting myself pretty worked up for our guy to get screwed over. That's what happens with these like Heisman and
it is like
Golden Spikes.
It's pretty rare for pitchers to win the Golden Spikes.
Yeah.
I think I went and looked at it.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in like 15 years.
It hasn't happened in 15 years. I think only like, somewhere between 7 and 9 guys have done it.
Like he's the best player in college baseball this year.
You don't even know who the other two guys are.
Yeah, it's the Eloy kid from Arkansas.
Yep.
And I can't say the other kid's name.
Is it Lodice?
Yes.
Stuck in Lodice
Florida
again.
It's Lodice. Lodice. Alex
From Florida
Lodice.
State, yeah. Yeah, I've been paying attention during baseball season, Burr.
I sit corrected.
It's all right.
Maybe we wait till after the Golden Spikes Award for us to do this and see if Liam does win it. We do need to officially do our.
Have you been paying attention? That's not how we do things.
Well, I'm just saying we do need to finish the all Vitello era team we started talking about last week.
I was thinking about that earlier.
We can wait for the Golden Spikes Award, or we can. I mean, we all know he's going to be on it. We just don't know how high.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of the All Vitello team, did you guys happen to catch that launch that Christian Moore had last night out at Salt Lake?
Yeah,
I did not
hit another one.
It was like a big boy major league.
He had one. Man. He had one last week that went like 450 dead center.
I think that's what the announcers in the Salt Lake announcers. You guys really ought to try and figure out a way to listen to them. They're like, you'd love it. They're like old 1960s, 70s sounding baseball guys.
Let's get Phil in here, and then we got to break it down and go get Panzica. Phil, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
What's up, Debbie?
What's up, Philly?
How you and the boys doing?
Doing very well. How are you, sir?
I enjoyed that comparison of Kiffin and Heupel that you had earlier in the show with D.R. Val.
What was the comparison there?
Kiffin and Heupel.
Yeah.
They've done about the same at both schools.
Yeah. Heupel, they do have a lot in common, man. It's just Heupel's everything is so much quieter away from the field from him.
Yeah, and Kiffin built his program through the transfer portal, and Heupel's built his program on some recruiting and German recruits.
More the traditional way, the high school route.
Yeah. So dear, see what happens.
Well,
I'm not a blue quarterback we got coming in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be, if this year is the 8-4, 7-5 that some people fear it could be, I would just caution our fans not to make too much of it. Like, you're not going to make a coaching change, obviously.
Does more harm than good.
I just think in this seismic shifting time that we're going through in college athletics that you're going to have your head on a swivel, especially in college football. You might have a really good team one year that makes the playoff and then and then just like miss it the next year. You lose all your guys. You don't replace them enough, whatever.
Well, make a run every 2 or 3 years is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you might yo-yo back and forth between being really good and being not so good.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to keep these rosters stable when you don't know who's going to be on the team from one year to the next.
Well, that's true. And how much money can we raise? I still think they'll be under the table no matter what kind of thing they put out there, or a clearing house or whatever.
It might be even worse now, Phil. The more I read up on this stuff and think about, because you're absolutely right, man. This money spigot ain't going to turn off. And I think some schools might say, you know what? This NIL promise that we've made to player X, there's no way it's going to clear the National Sports Commission or whatever, the NIL Go thing that just launched today. So we're not even going to bother. We're not going to publicize it. We're just going to give them the money under the table like we used to do.
I heard y'all talk about somebody's season tickets went up $9,000. Is that what I heard earlier in the show?
On this show, I don't think we've talked about that.
I haven't heard that.
Reed Carringer's mother's tickets went up $9,000. It's on Twitter.
What?
On the Mississippi.
I guess I got to pay a meal with all that money, you know.
Good grief. Wonder where they're sitting.
Millionaire row.
Oh, well, mine doubled, though, so I hope they know what they're doing. They better win. They're going to gouge people like that, because if you're not winning, there's going to be, hell to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Getting back to our roots, man. Gouging the fans like we used to do back in the days. We'd kind of gotten away from that for a little bit.
The big orange screw, yeah.
Well, Danny White screwed the fans more than anybody that's had over there. So how do we end up in the all sports, America's all sports? Weren't we the best program in America last year?
Yeah. I think it was 2 years in a row.
Where are they this year?
Second behind Texas.
Second behind Texas.
That was when didn't they announce that a couple weeks ago?
Was it second in the SEC or second nationally?
I think it was second in the SEC.
Was it SEC?
Texas has also got I think they've got several more Olympic sports down there. So that's what gets us that's why Stanford is wanted every year, is because they've got like water polo.
That's true.
Gymnastics, all the Olympic sports.
I heard y'all making fun of Derek Dooley the other day about running for Senate. I think he'd help the Senate because he might give him some World War II history while he's in the chambers up there.
Oh, my God.
You know what?
Well, I mean, what has Derek Dooley ever failed at in life?
Football coach.
That's the only question I would ask.
Oh, Lord. Man, I'm glad them days are over. Hopefully we don't go back that way, but I just cherish what little got left here to watch UT Sports. See you.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. We appreciate it. Phil kind of staring into the void there. I mean, it's a good setup. You got a competent system president, competent chancellor, competent athletics director, competent coaches. You don't get to win all the games all the time. You're going to lose some games every now and then. But
and the boosters who all seem to be on the same page for the first time in a long
boosters
time.
who are ready to pay your kids. It's a good time to be involved.
Good times roll, man.
Good time to be Lucas Panzica, proud graduate of the Fan Run Academy of Broadcasting. We'll talk to him about his new gig with the Titans, as well as his thoughts on everything going on here on Rocky Top. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're your line of defense. FBITN.com.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance of the Tennessee Vols. I'm here to be that line of defense for all your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871 and go Vols.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit BlackfordVetSurgery.com.
Hall of Fame Wine and Spirits is Knoxville's new one-stop shop for legendary deals on all your favorite adult beverages. Conveniently located on Hall of Fame Drive, less than a mile from the Smokies' new downtown ballpark, Hall of Fame Wine and Spirits has everything you need for your next gathering with friends or a relaxing weekend at home. So stop by and show some love to this new local business and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Hall of Fame Wine and Spirits, 742 Hall of Fame Drive, online at hofknox.com.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Good afternoon. It's been another slow one today up in Campbell County. At least it was earlier on 75 southbound around that Caryville exit. Lots of radar up through there, that's for sure. In that northern section of Campbell County, it's busy now Broadway through Fountain City as the traffic picks up on Tazewell Pike going outbound back out towards the Gibbs area. Fostering Hope TN, they are helping thousands of East Tennessee kids in the foster system. It's a wonderful organization. If you'd like to help, log on to fosteringHopeTN.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, Russell Smith alongside Bear. Jace Brown, new guy, hanging out with you on a Wednesday afternoon. Lucas Panzica, 104.5 The Zone, and Titans Radio joining us from Music City. LP, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Afternoon, guys. Hope y'all summer's going well.
So far, so good.
Pretty peachy, my man.
No complaints. I mean, I wish the Vols were still playing baseball, but, can't win all the games all the time.
Yeah, so is it reflection of the baseball season still? Is it trying to put on, lawyer hats or to figure out what's going to happen football season? What's the vibe right now?
All that stuff. I mean, there's also this thing, and it just speaks to how big Tennessee baseball under Vitello has become here in Big Orange Country. But, we spend – it's almost like basketball season where as soon as the season is over, you're into the portal, and it's like, can we get Nate Ament? Can we get Chaz Lanier? Who can you get to immediately rebuild your roster? And that's become baseball. We're watching, you get a commitment today from the SoCon Pitcher of the Year and out of ETSU, a kid who went to Bearden. So that's exciting. There's a kid who is just an on-base machine up at Seton Hall that they're trying to get that would be a huge bat. So we're covering baseball recruiting, which blows my mind. If you had told me that 10 years ago, that that's what we would be devoting a lot of time to on the Drive, I would have said that's insane. But here we are.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy, man. I mean, it just shows the power of building a winner. There's no debating it at this point, right? I mean, Rick Barnes is one of the winningest coaches in college basketball, but active coaches at least. But Tony Vitello is the best coach on campus, right? That's the best program on campus. There's nobody else that is sitting there year in and year out as a bona fide national no matter what, Tennessee's going to be in the discussion. You can't talk about national championship contenders without including Tennessee. I mean, it feels like it's pretty head and shoulders the best program on campus right now.
It's the best program on campus, and you can make a really strong argument that he is the best baseball coach in college baseball in America, which is – again, I'm the guy who tweeted, "Who the hell is Tony Vitello?" when that news broke, and he has shown us who the hell he is. He's pretty good, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But all right, now we shift gears, and it's a couple months to football.
Full speed ahead. Lucas, first of all, congrats on the new gig. We are all wondering what's going to happen to the Titans broadcasts when Mike Keith came to Knoxville, and Taylor Zarzur is a name that we're all familiar with here in East Tennessee. We've seen him doing Vol games for a long time now, and you've been doing those scoreboards on Titans Radio, which is big time in itself, but you're kind of getting a promotion. Tell us what you're going to be doing this year.
It's really just an expanded role of what I was doing before. Previously, I was a scoreboard host, like you said, so that was my only presence on pregame was the scoreboard update. And then post-game, it was, doing plays of the game, scoreboard, and then at some point after a segment or two, they would just hand it to me, and I would kind of take us home on post game the last 20, 30 minutes, carrying press conference, stats, readers, stuff like that. So it's basically an expanded version of that. I'll just be anchoring the pre and post game for Titans Radio. It's kind of new look all around. You know, it's this pivot point for Titans Radio because, you know, as y'all know, Mike Keith was Titans Radio. I mean, he kind of ran everything. He brought me into it, which was obviously great for me early on. So, yeah, man, it's just kind of doing a little bit more than what I was doing before. Kind of, and everybody else is going to have a role in pre and post too. Like we're looping in Amy Wells and Will Bowling and Rhett Bryan. I'll just kind of be the driver of it, and I'll step aside for the action, and then come back in. So pre and post, pretty much, I'll just be holding it down.
Well, congratulations, man. That's pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, man, the Titans are obviously hoping for kind of a rebirth here. You got a new quarterback, new GM, still some new car smell with Brian Callahan, the new coach there, even though he took his lumps in year one. I see where minicamp is going on right now. What's the early buzz coming out of camp?
Yeah, well, the new car smell is the quarterback. That's the fresh, that's the exciting, refreshing feeling right now for Titans fans. Like it, you know, you always want to tamper expectations. He's the number one overall pick. You understand that people are going to freak out at every highlight and high hopes, and he just seems like this calm, cool, and collected dude that just, will take everything as it comes and is going to be able to take the reins of this team. And then, he has a minicamp practice where you have guys like Jim Wyatt, right? Like one of the most prominent Titans reporters since the Titans came to town. I understand he works for the team, but he's still, he's always played it down the line as the best in the business. Jim Wyatt is leading his observations article from the first day of minicamp with Cam Ward, oh my. And it's like, okay, it's going to be hard to tamper expectations, but that's how good of a practice he had. He threw an early interception and then completed 18 straight passes and just kind of let it roll right off his back. And Brian Callahan's talking about his ability to take in a play call from the coaching staff while simultaneously talking trash to Jeffrey Simmons as he's walking up to the line of scrimmage. Like, it's getting hard to sit here and tell Titans fans, now measure your expectations, guys. When, they're not even wearing pads out there. But that's kind of, he's kind of a magnetic guy in that way. He's very easy for you to buy into. So that is absolutely where all the hype is centered right now. It's Cam Ward, this kid who just looks like he'll be ready to take on whatever comes at him.
Talking trash with Big Jeff, he's got a little moxie. I'll give him that. I mean, I don't see Levis or any other real rookie quarterbacks doing that in years past. That at least shows that he's not afraid.
Yeah, exactly. And, look, man, I also kind of hate how so much of the discussion of the quarterback position has turned into, beating the dead horse that is Will Levis had a terrible season last year. But at the same time, there is that mentality that you see in Cam Ward that you just haven't seen here in forever. Like Marcus Mariota, loaded with talent, right? But we always knew, and it was always a talking point. Marcus is a little more laid back. It was a huge talking point when he was in Tennessee. Okay, he's not really a vocal leader. Is that a concern from your quarterback, right? Levis felt like he's kind of scatterbrained. It felt like everything affected him a little bit too much. An emotional player would get too high, get too low. And those are his words, right? The things that he has said he's trying to work on. And then here comes Cam Ward, who just looks like nothing phases him one way or the other. He joined 3HL, our afternoon show, the day after he was drafted. And he did a segment live at I think it was Yeehaw Brewing or something in downtown Nashville. And big crowd is there, and they asked him, I think the question was, 4 people, I mean, it could be dead or alive, that you would want to have dinner with, that you'd want to hang out with, learn from, talk to. And the first 2 he said were Martin Lawrence and Larry Bird. And I was like, okay, this is not a normal 21, 22-year-old kid coming into the NFL. You know what I mean? So he's just got that sort of moxie about him. Nothing seems to faze him. And it's definitely a switch up from some of the quarterback personalities the Titans have drafted that high in the past. So that excites people because this team, the door is wide open for somebody to just come in and grab the reins of this team that very clearly lacked leadership last year. And that's something that they're trying to manufacture across the roster coming into this offseason. And at the quarterback position, it seems like they might have a pretty natural guy for that spot.
As a fan, it gives me some hope that what they've done on the offensive line and getting Dan Moore from Pittsburgh. We'll see. Like that's a big question mark. Is like, is he going to be good? Because every other position on that line now looks set to me, Lucas. And if you can protect your investment in Cam Ward, you know, I like the running backs. I like the tight ends. Really, you're just a receiver or two away from developing to being looking at it on paper and saying, hey, you know what? It's not a bad offense they've got together there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Dan Moore comes in on that money, that $82 million contract. Like, that's a top 10 offensive tackle contract. You can't expect him to be a top 10 offensive tackle because he hasn't been that. No matter what the money is, can he just be league average? Like, can he just play every game and not be a liability? That in and of itself would be a huge step up with what the Titans have had with tackle play. I know J.C. Latham kind of held it down as a rookie. He goes back over to a more natural right tackle spot, which that was kind of the turnstile for the Titans last year. So I think the expectations should be relatively high for this offensive line group relative to what they've been in the last few years. Like, can they just be okay? Like just okay would be leaps and bounds from what it's been the last few years. Titans fans are so sick of just awful offensive line play. Like it is about three straight seasons now of like, not like, oh, it's a weakness, like dreadful offensive line play. And you've got theoretically the best offensive line coach in football manning that group. So they bring in some big names. Kevin Zeitler comes in at the right guard spot, right? You hope Lloyd Cushenberry can be back healthy at center. And then you got to go up to Denver to play an elite defense in week one where Cam Ward, as a rookie, should not be expected to hit the ground running in Denver. Like, struggles should be expected. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix struggled out of the gates a little bit last year on their way to a great rookie campaign. The Titans' offensive line, even though they're going to need time to gel and all that stuff, expectations are going to be high. Like the ice that they're on, the patience level is going to be so much thinner from the fan base with the offensive line than with the quarterback position, fair or not, because of just how long it's been since they've had competent offensive line play, and the talent is there, the coach is there. It's like, okay, make it work so we can figure out this rookie quarterback.
Lucas Banzica, 104.5 The Zone, Titans Radio with us this afternoon here on the show. And LP, I'm looking through your Twitter feed here. Did you get to do the play-by-play for the national team last night?
Yeah, man, I got a chance to do it on Westwood One. Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, honestly, I've been kind of trying to rattle some cages at Westwood One for a while. Trying to get in to get any sort of chance to call a game there. And out of nowhere, they kind of announced this partnership with U.S. Soccer this year. So I got a chance to do this game in Nashville. It's the first game that Westwood One produced this year. So, it was a really cool experience. Great to work with them. But, my God, we're in a bad spot. We're in a bad spot, Russ.
Man, I tried to warn people. Like, Pochettino was a great coach. Really respect what he did at Tottenham. I just think, I don't think he has that fire in his belly anymore. I don't think he views this job the way we view the job as Americans. I think it's just he's something to do before he goes back to Europe and coaches at the elite club level again. And I just think it's too late now. Like, we're less than a year from a World Cup. I don't think a coaching change is good at this point, another one. But, man, not even hindsight being 2020, Lucas. At the time, after the last World Cup, I think a lot of people said, listen, man, go hire Jesse Marsh. Like that's a guy who's excelled at the club level in Europe, who has a love and respect for this game, for the country, and would give it his all. It's too late now. It doesn't matter. But, man, I can't help but think that we've already kind of screwed up before the World Cup has even begun.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just hard to find hope right now. You're kind of just grasping for anything. And I got a chance to be around him a little bit a couple of days ago. He did media stuff out at training, and I got the sense that he's really enjoying being around a bunch of young players. Right, that's what this team is. There's controversy and there's all these conversations to be had about who isn't there, but it's a bunch of young guys, 16 players from MLS in this team right now that are just trying to prove and stake their claim. And And I think he genuinely enjoys being around those kind of hungry young players.
Mm-hmm.
But what we saw yesterday was and it's not the first team, right? It's not your A team. It's barely even your B team. It was more of a C team against, honestly, like a Switzerland team that rolled out about as good of a lineup as they could roll out for an international friendly. Like, they're getting ready for World Cup qualifiers. There's a big moment for them too, and the difference was stark. So, like, I'm not going to hit the panic button because, you know.
Oh, I am. I'm panicking.
Well, no.
Oh, he's freaking out.
I'm with you. Yeah, for sure. We're hitting the panic button, but not because, like, 20-year-old Nathan Harriel had a bad game. The Philadelphia Union, like, backup right back, had a bad game against, you know, a Swiss team that all those guys are playing high-level soccer in Europe. That's not why we're panicking. That's the problem. Like, yesterday almost felt like a waste of time. It's like the majority of these guys aren't going to be on this World Cup squad.
Yeah.
So great, you're trying to get the effort and the spirit back and the mentality, but this feels like a pretty big moment that's just kind of going to waste with the guys that are not there for various reasons, Club World Cup, injuries, or just rest, needing the summer off. It's in a bad spot, man. Big picture, yes. Like, we're mashing the panic button, but, like, not because of that game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the whole thing. It's like chicken or the egg. Like, what's the is it Poch? Is it the players that maybe don't care, that they're not taking it seriously enough? It's just this vicious cycle, and it's just so hard to find, like, the bedrock to build the foundation on what the hell is going on here, and why are we in such a bad place exactly a year out from the kickoff of the World Cup. We're just grasping for straws right now, any sort of momentum. And if they create it in the Gold Cup, like, okay, great. Like, they can turn around and beat Trinidad on Sunday, again, with a bunch of players that are not going to be on the World Cup roster next year for the most part. So, yeah, hard to find the silver lining at the moment.
Lucas, are there players that are eligible to play for the U.S. team that aren't, that should be?
Lots of them, yeah.
Why are they not?
Well, there's yes and no. I mean, it's like, number one, the Club World Cup is going on, and FIFA is trying to make it a big thing. It's a giant money grab. It's not something that anybody's cared about that much before. They've made it with 32 teams. They're trying to get the biggest names, biggest clubs. They've got big financial stakes. It's in America, and for the first time ever, FIFA has given clubs priority over national teams in the summer. So that's the bad luck part of it, where Juventus has the ability to tell the U.S., no, we're going to keep Weston McKennie and Tim Weah for the Club World Cup. You don't get to have them. Okay, so that's out of your control, right? And then there's injury. Anthony Robinson, the left back, who had a fantastic season in the Premier League. He's having knee surgery this summer. All right, also out of your control. And then there's Yunus Musa, the AC Milan midfielder, who is taking the summer off for personal reasons. Okay, don't know anything beyond that. And then there's Christian Pulisic, who's obviously your megastar, that approached the federation and said, listen, I need the summer off. I just played a long season. I need the summer off to be in prime shape for the World Cup next year. Which, okay, the most important thing is that he's available next year, but this moment's pretty important too. And there's megastars all over the world playing for their country right now. 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo just played the Nations League final the other day, which, quite honestly, is a meaningless competition, and he's crying his eyes out because they won a trophy for their country, and he had to be subbed off with an injury. He's 40 years old. So it's like, okay, man, like, we get it, but at the same time, like, it feels like a pretty big moment. And, Pulisic's 26. Like, he's not battling an injury that we know of. If he is, then come out and say something. So, yeah, it's a little bit of everything there. It's injuries, it's stuff that's out of your control, and it's also players that, are approaching you and saying, I need time off. And it's like, all right, but this doesn't feel like the time. So it's been pretty controversial.
So, I mean, will they be on the team when the cup rolls around?
Yeah,
next
they'll
year?
be on the team. The problem, LP, is, like, you've got all these teams that, the great soccer nations, as you well know, they all have an identity and a style, and most of them have their coach lined up. And even if they change coaches, they're not going to change. And it's just like, we don't have an identity now with this program, and we don't have time to find it. I wonder, I saw Poch when he was at Tottenham. I saw in Nashville, I went to a game. They had one of those friendlies before the season against Man City.
Mm-hmm.
And it was blazing hot. And I went down after the game, and all the Man City players left, and Poch has his guys out there at Nissan Stadium just running 100-yard sprints in the blazing sun after the game. It's like Harry Kane and Dele Alli, and his star players out there.
Yeah.
Just like guys are hurling and everything. I wonder if Pulisic, everybody knows his reputation for pushing guys. I wonder if he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that this summer.
Maybe, man. And he's had a long season and he's had a career year at AC Milan. He was fantastic all year. But it didn't sit well with me, Russ. I am an AC Milan fan. Milan had an up and down season, whatever. But it was thrilling to watch Christian Pulisic score 17 goals and 12 assists for my team in Italy. I never imagined something like this would happen with an American player. The announcement comes out that he approached the federation and asked for the summer off. And then the week after that, he played 86 minutes in the last game of the season for AC Milan in a game that didn't mean anything. They didn't have anything they weren't going to qualify for Champions League next season. They're way down in the table. It's a disappointing season. That didn't sit well with me, where it's like, hey, I really need a break here. And then the next week he's playing 86 minutes. So it's hard for me to think that he's got a knock or an injury that's holding him out. And he's posting pictures, literally 2 days ago he posted a picture of him on vacation with his family, horseback riding and jet skiing. And it's just dude, I mean, and so you're throwing these MLS guys out there, that big opportunity for them, but they're getting thrashed and embarrassed on national TV. It's just not a good look all around. There could be good reasons for it that we don't know. I wish we could know so we could speak, with a little more educated about it. But it's just not a good look all around. And maybe that is the case, Russ. But if that is, that's a bad sign for what's to come next year, because this is the last time they get an extended camp with Pochettino. They get 5 weeks here. It's their last true month together as a team before World Cup preparation. So it's just such a huge opportunity where the anticipation should be sky high right now, and yet the vibes are as low as they've been since we missed the World Cup 7 years ago.
All right, I'm being told, Lucas, by the Council of Elders that I've reached my soccer talk quota for
I know that game.
I can't do it again for 2 more months.
Oh, believe me.
It was worth it, though.
I get it.
It was worth it, though. That's fun. All right. Lucas, congrats again on the new gig with Titans Radio. We'll be listening for you this season. I'm sure we'll talk again before then. Everybody go check him out on X at Lucas Panzica, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, Titans Radio. Thanks, man.
Thanks, fellas. Talk to y'all soon.
Yeah, Lucas Panzica, one more time on the show, a proud graduate of the Fan Run Academy of Broadcasting. Got to take a quick time out here. We'll be back to wrap up hour number 2 of The Drive right after this.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We specialize in relationship banking. From your first car to your first home, a growing family, or a thriving business, C&B is here for you. If you're a customer, we thank you for placing your trust in us. If you're not already, we welcome you to become one today. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Is your car ready for the road ahead? At Matlock Tire and Auto Service, they've got everything you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. Whether you need new tires, a quick oil change, or expert repairs, Matlock is your one-stop shop that keeps you moving safely. Matlock's certified technicians offer top-notch service for brakes, alignments, batteries, and more. Plus, they carry all the top tire brands, and they're the home of the world-famous Price Match Guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and they'll match the exact same tire for the exact same price. That's how Matlock Tire goes the extra mile for you. Convenient, reliable, affordable. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Visit any of their 5 area locations in East Tennessee, in Farragut, Lenoir City, Maryville, Athens, and Hardin Valley. Find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment online today at matlocktireservice.com.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. It's heavy like you would expect this time of the afternoon. Chapman Highway going outbound back out towards Seymour. It's heavy on that Solway Bridge trying to get out of Oak Ridge. It's been a busy one today north of Knoxville on 75 through that construction zone up there. Been working on that bridge again. Southbound 75 around the Caryville exit. AMCO Transmission serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call AMCO 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Lucas Panzica getting me fired up about the Titans. Not so much about
U.S.
men's national team.
You think he's going to end up? I wanted to ask him, but he had kind of gotten down the road. You know how that stuff happens. But you think he'll end up calling some of these World Cup games for Westwood One?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know what the procedure is for how they select those games. But he's a good one for it.
He's a superstar, isn't he? Our boy.
Pretty awesome.
He's worked really hard.
Getting some feedback about our New Jersey discussion. A couple of other New Jersey Vols. Former Tennessee running back Eric Lane.
Okay.
Back in the day, I remember him. Number 5 is a good serviceable back from back yonder. And then Aiden Robbins, who we're recruiting now, that we're talking about, is from New Jersey, and Andrew Fisher was as well.
He's a Jersey guy.
Yeah.
We had a guy back in the late 80s, early 90s named Bill Shanley. And he ended up not getting – he was supposed to be the
Big Bill Shanley.
Big thing.
He's a big lass.
He was a heavyweight.
He's a big lad. Excuse me. Might have been a lass. You never know. Some of these guys. He was a heavyweight, Big Bill Shanley. That sounds like –
No, he's a heavyweight wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 time heavyweight champion. He got hurt and just never – he was crazy.
Sounds like Daniel Day-Lewis's character from Gangs of New York. Big Bill Shanley. What was that guy's name?
I don't remember.
Bill the Butcher. You ever seen that movie? Gangs of New
Yeah,
York?
a long time ago when it came out.
Classic. Scorsese. Violence, blood, guts.
DiCaprio.
Yeah. Liam Neeson. John O'Reilly.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly. Yeah.
He's low-key like a very, very prolific, like one of the probably one of the great actors of our
Can
generation.
do it all. Serious stuff, song and dance man, obviously a great comic actor.
And the kind of in between the weird stuff like Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
He played Chest Rockwell. What was his name in the movie? It was Dirk Diggler and Chest Rockwell. I can't remember what his character's name was in the movie.
When they made the like kung fu thing.
Yeah,
guys.
Brock Landers and Chest Rockwell. But then it was Dirk Diggler, and I cannot for the life of me remember his name now in the movie.
They
But
formed
he's
a
been in
band. They were
everything.
singing. You got the power. You got the touch.
And he can actually sing some.
Yeah, well, he was in Chicago. The movie version of Chicago. You ever see that with Catherine Zeta-Jones a couple of years ago?
Well, I mean, both those guys can sing. Both of them can. I think Marcus probably auto-tuned a little bit.
Did they have auto-tune back in the Funky Bunch days?
They had something.
New guy, are you familiar with the work of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
I know the name. Not much of their work.
Actor Mark Wahlberg.
Good vibration.
That's right.
Come
Yeah.
on, come on, come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Come on, feel it, feel it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. What was that band we
The
talked
Sweet
about at the old
Sensation.
station
He'd come out in his boxer shorts.
that we love? Cypress Hill. Oh, the guy in the background that just yells, "Insane in the brain."
Yeah,
insane in the
guy
brain.
he had the gig, right? Back in the day.
It's like Flavor Flav, just hype man.
Texter says, now you all know that Brittany Griner is going to be the flag bearer for the enhanced games.
I'm just going to leave that one alone. That one's fraught.
Is she? Like, I don't think she's on anything. I think she's just kind of a dude. I mean, I don't mean that in an insulting way. She's like the guy from the boxer from last year who beat up all the then they like that guy was a dude. She was a dude.
There's some video of Brittany Griner going around. I don't think it's AI where she's in a pool without a shirt on. It looks like it's just a dude. And then I'd never heard her talk. I'd never heard her voice until like 3 months ago.
Some girls are dudes.
She's kind of a dude.
Some girls are just dudes. Remember Chris Cyborg from MMA World?
Oh yeah.
We just had to say, listen, you can't fight anymore. You're beating up all the women. It's not cool. We get it. We're not gonna say you're a dude, but you're kind of a dude, and you can't fight girls.
I mean, I feel like at that point, like Nate Diaz, just one of the dudes just needs to not even just pretend to say, hey, I'm identifying as a woman tonight, and then just go in there and stomp him.
I don't know about that one.
Why not? I mean, that's what a guy did in some weightlifting competition. There was a dude that was just busting world records. This other guy came along. I swear you can look it up. He entered the contest. Said, I identify as a woman. Smashed that guy's records. I don't know.
You miss your calling, new guy. You ever heard of a little movie called damn it, I'm blanking.
The Crying Game?
No. Joanna Man.
Joanna Man? No, I've never heard of it.
Never heard of Joanna Man?
I have not.
Was that Eddie not Eddie Murphy. Who was the other Eddie?
Charlie Murphy? Charlie Murphy.
Joanna Man, tale about a guy who became a girl and dominated the WNBA.
Could have been my calling.
Stay with us. Hour number 3. 2002, Joanna Man. Look it up. You can watch that one right after Boogie Nights. Back with more after this.
The Drive.
If you haven't been to the brand new Covenant Health Park yet, what are you waiting for? There are so many incredible promotions still to come. First, you asked for it, so you got it. All You Can Eat Wednesdays is back. And how about Thirsty Thursdays with half-off draft beers? Or maybe Smokey's Version Night, 4th of July, Pete the Cat Day, or Christmas in July. Check out all the great upcoming promotions at SmokiesBaseball.com and grab your tickets now.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. That's 800-631-1754.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game.
Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted garage door company. For a free estimate, call 865-933-5319 or go to merrittgaragedoor.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. There's still some stop-and-go action going on. Kingston Pike, especially in Farragut at Concord Road, all the way down Kingston Pike there at Smith Road. It's busy, right on schedule, across that Solway Bridge. It's been another slow one, at least it was earlier on. 75 southbound, around the Caravel exit up there in that section of Campbell County. It's heavy going north now, the other direction on 75 up through Anderson into Campbell County. Hey, Fostering Hope TN, helping thousands of East Tennessee kids that's in the foster system. If you'd like to help out, log on to fosteringhopeTN.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's time for the Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Wednesday, 5:01 here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to The Drive. We got 59 more hard-hitting minutes of sports radio to deliver. It begins, as always, with the top 5 at 5. Jace Brown, the floor is yours.
Thank you. At number 1, CBS Sports' John Rothstein announced that matchups are set for the 2025 ACC-SEC Challenge per sources. Some notable matchups at the top of each league include Florida playing at Duke, North Carolina playing at Kentucky, NC State taking a trip down to Auburn, Clemson playing at Alabama, Louisville going to Arkansas, and Tennessee will be playing at Syracuse.
Playing them in football and basketball.
And we played them here last year. Is everybody just playing the opposite of what they did last? Who's Auburn? Because Auburn was at Duke, right? Or was that just a regular season game?
I think that might have been.
Who's Auburn got?
Auburn's got NC State at home.
Who do we have again?
We are playing at Syracuse.
We played at Louisville last year, too. I don't know which one was part of the challenge, but we played both of them.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
The event's overrated.
I mean,
or maybe not even overrated. I don't know that anybody really likes it.
I think if the ACC was good again,
I think it would be more beneficial for the SEC to do a matchup with the Big Ten.
Yeah.
To where we could.
Agreed.
Get some games against them before tournament time, and then because it always ends up they brutalize us.
I think there's always a couple like good matchups. Like out of this group, I think Will Wade at NC State going down to play Bruce will be pretty fun. Florida playing at Duke,
be pretty good.
That'll be a good one.
Well, that'll be the All Sleaze Bowl, won't it?
Oh yeah.
Pearl and Wade, two of the dirtiest players in the game.
Yeah, and then the Blue Blood Bowl.
We got to come up with a name for that.
It's like Ric Flair meeting who? Rowdy
Rock
Roddy
when he was a
Piper
heel,
at Starrcade.
Pearl versus
Atlanta,
Wade.
brother.
Let's go.
At number 2, buried deep inside a Tuesday press release announcing major changes to help enhance the flow of the game in men's college basketball was a hint at an even more significant change to the game. Last month, the NCAA's Men's Basketball Rules Committee proposed the creation of a joint working group to gather feedback for potentially moving from halves to quarters. Since then, the NCAA revealed there's been positive momentum toward the move to quarters, and the NCAA Playing Rules Oversight Panel further recommended Division I conferences actually develop a working group to provide further feedback on the option. Men's college basketball is the only division of the sport that utilizes halves as opposed to quarters.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with it. It has grown into one of the most entertaining sports products you can watch on television. Why try and fix something that's not broken? Well, they got 4 10-minute quarters or 4 12s?
10. It'll just be like what they did to the women's side a couple years ago.
I don't like it, Russ. But I can't decide if it's just like everything else. I don't
What
like
are the
change.
or what are the benefits? Do coaches want it? I'd love to know Rick Barnes' thoughts on that.
I don't know. My mind immediately goes to, it's the same amount of media stoppages. Like, you're just turning two of the media timeouts
Might be kind of cool
into a quarter, because we already get a stop at the 16 to 12, the 8 and the 4. Instead, it would just be
5 in the end of the quarter.
Yeah, 5 in the middle of the quarter and then the end of the quarter. It should be about the same. If anything, it'd be less media timeouts, because you only get the 2 5-minute ones in the quarter stop.
At number 3, the NBA Finals is headed to Indianapolis as the Pacers host the Thunder for Game 3 of the NBA Finals at 8:30 on ABC. The series is currently tied at 1 game apiece, and the Thunder is currently a 5-point road favorite.
All right, Bear.
Go.
Name a Thunder.
Gilgeous Alexander.
Hey. The finals are here, and Bear is dialed in. Can you name another Thunder? You can't?
Nah.
You don't remember Lugens Dort?
Big, tall guy, played at Gonzaga. It's really
Chet
skinny.
Holmgren.
There you go.
Yep.
Is he related to Mike?
They also got a really good guy that played at Arkansas.
Oh, the kid that could take the charges. I love that kid.
Yeah, the Williams kid.
Yeah, Joe Williams.
I really did. I admired his. I mean, that kid had a lot of skill doing what he has a talent. I hated him when he played in Arkansas, but
name a Pacer.
Andrew Nembhard,
That's so crazy that's the one that you
Tyrese Halliburton.
Of all, that's the one you picked.
Nembhard?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to know the truth? One night I was like half asleep and I had the game on because I was trying to learn names because I knew you jackals wouldn't stop asking me. And I was like half asleep and I kept hearing the announcer say Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard.
He does get hot.
He does.
He does. Good defender.
Nembhard. And I guess it just drilled itself into my head.
Big one for tonight. Opportunity for OKC to steal home court advantage back.
Yep.
Opportunity for Indiana to really put the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
At number 4, the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant's business partner, boardroom CEO Rich Kleiman, have met multiple times over the past week and are sifting through trade scenarios, sources told ESPN today. The two sides are expected to work together on potential destinations. Teams that have expressed interest in Durant, sources said, mainly feature the Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, and New York Knicks. Several wildcard suitors have made inquiries on Durant in the past 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an if, but when he gets traded this summer with KD. And it's, I mean, you know, with all there's going to be a lot of talks about Giannis getting traded. It's kind of funny that Kevin Durant's kind of the second option to not trading for Giannis if he ends up getting traded.
Still averaged 26 points, 6
He's still
rebounds.
good.
Yeah.
He's still good.
He's still out
36
there.
years old.
Yeah. And at number 5, a man from Murray, Kentucky was arrested last week after police say he released a raccoon inside a business. This comes just months after the same man was arrested for attempting to evade police officers on a mule. On June 6th, Murray Police Department responded to a call that a person had intentionally released a raccoon into an open business and that he had fled the scene. Soon after, officers initiated a traffic stop on Jonathan Mason. According to police, he refused to roll down his windows or exit his vehicle. Officers physically removed Mason from his vehicle, and investigators learned the raccoon that was released into the business bit a person, and that Mason was previously warned that he was not allowed on the property of the business. Let's see. He was logged in the Callaway County Jail about 6 months prior to this incident for a different crime also involving an animal. In December of 2024, Murray Police Department responded to a local bar after an unruly individual who had been asked to leave was refusing to do so. Officers found Murray outside of the business under the influence of alcohol after Mason had ridden a mule to the establishment and refused to stop when ordered by an officer.
The dude's riding a mule. He's letting, raccoons carry rabies.
Yeah.
Can. It's fairly common.
Big week for Murray.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Murray State, and you got this guy.
Yeah.
Riding his mule.
Setting raccoons loose.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Just having fun.
I feel like it feels pretty cool just to ride up to a bar on like a mule or a horse, though.
Big difference in a horse and mule.
Yeah. Still, he probably, maybe not everyone has a horse. He has a mule. You got to take what you can get.
Thank you, Jace. Top 5 at 5 here on Fan Run Radio. Hitting the reset button for those of you just joining the festivities this afternoon. Tennessee baseball getting a commitment today. Brady Frederick from ETSU, the SoCon Pitcher of the Year. Submarine-style pitcher.
Beard and Bulldog.
Commits to Tony Vitello and the baseball Vols. Big pickup there. Tennessee gets a football commitment today. KJ McClain from St. Joseph's, New Jersey, chooses the Volunteers over Michigan State, where he also visited, Syracuse. According to On3, he also had offers to Penn State, Rutgers, Texas A&M. So pretty good offer list right there. He commits to Tennessee today. Going to need to put on some weight. On3 lists him at 5'11", 160. But Tennessee's 9th commitment of the class of 2026 today. Yeah, Joanna Man. Was prescient. 2002. We didn't have these conversations about men and women's sports, whatever, however you want to term that. Don't want to get too controversial today. But that wasn't a thing in 2002 when you were just a wee lad trying to figure out which side of the playpen smelled the worst.
It's true.
Walker.
I wasn't even that old.
But you can go see this. I've actually never seen it, but I remember it looked like a horrible movie.
I will say it doesn't sound like the most entertaining movie.
I mean, it's a good premise.
I'm open-minded.
I don't know if you can make, at a budget of $15 million, it only grossed 13.8 at the box office, so technically
it's close enough.
It's a failure. Lost $1.2 million on it. Is the tale of Jamal Jeffries, a basketball star whose undisciplined on and off court antics have earned him a bad reputation in the basketball community. Jamal is dropped from his team, the Charlotte Beat, and suspended indefinitely after he strips naked in protest of being removed from a game.
It's a little aggressive.
It's kind of like the Dennis Rodman character of his time.
Kind of.
Bad as he wanted to be.
Yeah.
His agent, unsuccessful at finding him a new team, decides to cut Jamal as a client. He's backed into a corner. His life is going downhill. No team, no agent. His endorsements have dried up. He's bankrupt due to his lavish, undisciplined spending. His belongings are repossessed. His mansion is foreclosed on. And his girlfriend, Tina, who only put up with his antics for his money and fame, has walked out on him. Tough times.
Truly.
Now broke, jobless, homeless, And deprived of his career and fortune, Jamal goes to live with a no-nonsense aunt, Ruby, the only woman willing to put up with him. Lacking any other sort of skills, he decides to dress up as a woman named Joanna Man. It goes to play for the Charlotte Banshees of the WUBA, a fictionalized version of the WNBA. And all sorts of wacky hijinks ensue. That's the movie. 2002. People predicting the future. They knew. They saw it coming. Nobody wants to talk about this. 865-966-3435. Your number to get on the show.
I don't think any of us have seen the movie, Russ.
Neither have I. I'm just reading from Wikipedia.
It's a lot of foresight.
You know how that movie went. Nobody went to see that movie. That's why it was a box office bomb. Because everybody's like, ha-ha, guy dresses up as a woman and plays in the WNBA. Ha-ha. Like, it's a funny premise, but you've pretty much seen the movie at that point. What could happen in the movie to make it more entertaining?
Yeah.
Tommy Davidson was in it. Remember him? Lil' Kim was in it. Remember her?
Yeah.
Kevin Pollak was in it. Vivica A. Fox. Star-studded cast here. Rasheed Wallace, Vlade Divac, or as Rick Butler called him, Vlade.
2002?
Vlade.
Dikembe Mutombo, R.I.P. in peace. Muggsy Bogues.
They had some big NBA names for that time.
And it wasn't just Cynthia Cooper, Teresa Witherspoon, Chris Myers, Roy Firestone, Kenny Albert, Jay Leno. It was a big thing. Joanna Man. It was a cultural event. The movie just kind of sucked. Nobody went to see it.
I remember the name sounds very familiar, and I remember it sort of. I couldn't remember what it was about. I just remember it was some kind of bomb. But no, it just doesn't sound very interesting. Sorry.
It's tough. What are you going to do?
Tennessee baseball still looking for a couple of big visitors in this week, and we'll see. You get Brady Frederick in the boat this week. I know they would love to get the pitcher from Rutgers and the hitter from Seton Hall. Sounds like he's going to take a bunch of visits coming up starting this week. Everybody's going to want that kid, but we're not everybody. We're Tennessee. We got Tony Vitello.
Best program last 5 years.
Best coach in college baseball.
People want to come here.
Yeah, so we'll see if Tennessee's able to get him. Coming up, we get more of your phone calls, texts, other interactions. 865-966-3435. Your number to get on the show this afternoon. 966-3435 if you want to chime in this afternoon. We'll find out who's on the docket. A lot to get to. Stay with us. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio.
105.7 FM.
1340 AM. And online at fanrunradio.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event? You need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where's the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Record Ridge. Record Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Record Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Good afternoon. Trying to clear up a couple of wrecks we had earlier out through Loudoun County. Busy again on that Solway Bridge coming out of Oak Ridge. It's picked up with more volume, 40 east and west. Now trying to get past 640 out and around Paper Mill Road as well at Stop and Go Broadway through Fountain City over the ridge on into Halls. Hey, turn your gold and silver coins into cash right now at Fountain City Jewelers next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
An appeal of the NCAA's landmark antitrust settlement won't stop college teams from paying current athletes starting July 1st, but it will pause the NCAA's plans to begin paying former athletes. Several college athletes filed the appeal Wednesday, claiming the deal violates Title IX law. Now the roughly $2.8 billion in negotiated back damages will sit while the appeal works through the system. Attorney John Clune telling ESPN he filed the claim in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on behalf of several clients who also raised objections to how the back payments would be shared among athletes earlier this year.
Well, I think it's the first of many Title IX lawsuits. I'm not really sure why the judge went ahead and settled this thing with all this stuff hanging over it. Because, I mean, apparently they went to her a couple of months ago with the Title IX stuff and asked her to stay her, settling the whole thing.
I mean, I guess she's just ruling on the issue in front of her. It's not up to her to fix all of college sports. So she's done what she can. So the overwhelming majority of the $2.8 billion pot of damages, up to 90% is expected to go to football and men's basketball players.
The ones who generated all the revenue.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, how do you decide with, like, the women's players who played for UT and UConn? Like, that might have generated some revenue. Certainly as compared to the women's players at Mississippi State and Florida. So how do you divide all that up? I mean, what a headache.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's what we've been saying this whole time is that when this got passed, we saw Ross Dellinger tweeting about this. There were all these lawsuits and appeals. They were all lined up and waiting for those appeals to get filed and those lawsuits to get filed, because once this thing was passed, there are all these different things that are going to need to be relegated because of it, and this was one of them. This was one of the bigger ones that was happening. Other stuff that's going to come later is NIL stuff and, the inequality to back pay stuff, which we're talking about, and then especially stuff about anti-competitive revenue share. That stuff's going to get appealed. Like, a lot more of this stuff's going to come out.
The biggest thing to me I always thought was how they were going to get around Title IX, and will Congress pass or, I don't know what they'd have to repeal, but I guess they could write a new law and set women's sports back 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know. We've got two basketball there's maybe there's not more than 5 basketball programs that might turn a profit. Might.
Yeah, I don't see any way that Congress or any of them are going to, repeal anything or change anything about Title IX when it is involved with so much more than college athletics.
I'd be more worried about the volleyball and track and swimming and stuff like that. If you care about that sort of thing, then I just can't imagine that Lady Vol basketball and SEC women's basketball and stuff like that is going to go the way of the Buffalo.
No.
Apparently, LSU has already. Who was I listening to? Was it the T-Bob show? They were talking about LSU is going to allocate more money for baseball. It sounds like than basketball.
Interesting. They have a big basketball program.
I know, man. That's what
they've had some goats play.
That's what is so weird about it to me. Is like LSU. They've had more success than we have historically.
Multiple
Not
Final
lately.
Fours, right?
Yeah. So
Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, former Green Bay Packers defensive tackle with a history of legal troubles was arrested again in Brown County, Wisconsin. Online court records show LaTroy Guion was booked Saturday into Brown County Jail on misdemeanor charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage to property, as well as a probation violation. As of 9 a.m. yesterday, he's still listed as a current inmate. Nothing's been added in Wisconsin's online court records. He was convicted in 2023 of battery for a domestic violence incident at his home. Sentenced to 1 year in jail, placed on probation there. Played 12 seasons in the NFL with the Vikings and Packers. Had numerous off-the-field issues, including an arrest in Hawaii for DUI and an arrest in Florida for possession of marijuana and a gun.
This guy's all over the map.
A little bit of weed.
Does that look like the kind of guy that you would feel be arrested for violation of probation? New guy?
Yeah, I can see that guy looks like a guy who...
Bloodshot eyes, staring vacantly.
Looks like he's
into
had
the
drugs
heavens.
before.
Does it look familiar to you?
And finally, Tom Bodett. What do you think of when you hear that name?
Motel 6?
Known for his radio ads and TV ads,
Leave
telling
the light
travelers that at Motel 6, we'll leave the light on for you, is suing the motel chain for use of his name and voice without permission after their nearly 4-decade relationship broke down. Complaint filed Monday in Manhattan. Bodett says he cut ties with Motel 6 after its new owner, India-based OYO, missed a $1.2 million annual payment due on January 7th under their contract, which was to end in November. Tom Bodett, 70 now. Known for his appearances on NPR and several Ken Burns documentaries. That guy was getting $1 million a year to do Motel 6 ads?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the owner, right? Or was he just a voice talent?
I'm in the wrong
I think he was just the
Just
voice
the voice
talent.
talent.
I don't think he owned it.
He had a hell of a voice. I haven't thought about Tom Bodett in 25 years, but I've never stayed at a Motel 6.
I think I have either, no.
Now the only time I see him, not to disparage their brand, but
A lot of sketchy-looking folks hanging out.
yeah, there's one kind of near my neighborhood, and quite honestly, I make sure my windows are rolled up, my car doors are locked, Russ.
Bodett's been Motel 6's lead spokesman since 1986. said he coined the, quote, "we'll leave the light on for you," as an ad lib.
It's pretty good.
Motel 6 has more than 1,400 locations nationwide and in Canada, according to its website. Sold for $525 million back in December. Motel 6. Hate to see that. Bad breakup between a
It's
voice.
tough.
Yeah. It was tough, new guy.
He also did an episode of American Dad.
Really?
Yep.
Which one?
I don't know. It was only a couple years ago. It was in 2022.
That's wild how many famous people have done The Simpsons and American Dad. And
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah, he also did 17 episodes of Animaniacs in 1993 and 95.
I remember Animaniacs.
That was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Texter says quarters in college basketball means resetting team fouls. So I've heard that before. I got to figure out what the deal is there. Like, is it still 7 and 10 for 1-1 in the bonus?
Or is
but
it
it
5
just
and 7? I think it's a lower number.
It would be like 3. It would be like maybe 3 and 5.
is that a good thing?
And it
I kind of
depends.
like that aspect
4
of
and
college
5.
basketball.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do
you think
too.
about how many games last year where we were like, we'd get to like the 12, the under 12 break, and it'd be like, hey, these morons have already got us in the double bonus, and there's 12 minutes to go.
Well, it would work against us probably more than it worked for us
That's
because
what
we
I'm
foul
saying.
so much.
Yeah, and we ain't never met a 3-point shooter we didn't want to foul. I don't know what it is in football. Baseball, it's booting the ball around. We're good for one of those a game this year. Barnes and boys, I mean, they love fouling the 3-point shooter. I'm sure if we thought long enough, I'm sure Heupel and those guys regularly did something that was equally as frustrating and irritating.
Magic Mike says no 1-1. It's just 2 shots after 5 team fouls.
2 shots after 5 team fouls? That sounds fair.
That's how it is
like-
in the NBA.
Oh, we need the 1-1.
Yeah, I like the one.
I love the 1-1.
Like, there is nothing more frustrating in life, and I don't want it to go away.
Missing the front
than
end?
missing the front end of a 1-1,
In a tight
especially
game.
when it's your like the 8th foul, the 9th foul, and, and you know the next one would give you the 2 shots. Tight game, you miss the front end of a 1-1.
That cost us.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's also nothing like.
I'm sure it evens out though.
It's also nothing like targeting, targeting a guy that you know, like a little freshman on the court that's out there, and he's really good, but
I
he's
love
a
the
freshman in a
strategy of it.
big
Or,
moment. You know he's not going to make both of those free throws.
Our guy, he ended up being a really good free throw shooter. Why can I not remember our big guy's name?
Akpara?
Felix.
He had a pretty good percentage from the free throw
He's
line.
once the season went on, he became more and more money. But yeah,
See,
like
over
it's gonna
70%.
ruin like Hack-a-Shack, that whole deal.
I mean, we don't even see a lot of guys like that are that bad at free throw shooters anymore.
He should have shot Granny style. He'd have been a lot more successful.
Who's that?
Shaq. You're obsessed with the granny style free throws.
It's a proven thing. It's a lot easier to shoot if you get it down. That would have ended the Hack-a-Shack.
Rick Barry in the 90s said he offered to teach Shaquille O'Neal how to shoot the granny style free throw, and Shaq declined because he thought it looked soft and weak.
Yeah,
didn't think
it
was
does.
cool.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Why? Because you're throwing the ball under. What about throwing? Why? Because you're throwing a ball
It just
under.
does.
It looks.
Versus
It
that.
You know
looks-
it does.
You know it does.
I know it does. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking
You're
the deeper
right.
question. I'm like,
It shouldn't.
that's weird.
It does.
Because athletes particularly ones who make it to that level, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NFL, are alpha male types who are inherently insecure and are obsessed with image. Don't want to look anything other than cool.
I mean, Rick Barry wrote. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, I'm sure
Think so,
he is.
yeah.
I mean,
Rick-
everyone
Rick-
gets into
Rick
the
Barry
basketball
wrote
Hall
it. I
of
mean,
Fame.
he may not look cool. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
My kid
Not like
has
Shaq
those
won't be.
like NBA 2K and is it NBA Playground? You guys ever played those
Yeah.
games?
I played NBA Street back in the day, Volume 2.
And you can unlock all the old players.
Yeah, you can play
And
him on
so,
blacktop.
yeah, so Rick Barry and we've got Bernard King and like all these, Moses, all the old school guys. You play 2-on-2. It's basically NBA Jam for you old guys like me who remember that game.
Love NBA Jam.
And
it's like Street.
Like Rick Barry, like every player has their special move, and you turbo or close to the basket or whatever, and he will slow down and shoot a granny style layup instead of dunking it. It's so awesome.
Oh man!
I just find it fascinating, the things that are like, what is it about shooting it overhand that makes it look more masculine than throwing it from down low? I mean, like, what? Imagine if that applied to this kid we got from ETSU, the submarine pitcher. What people are like, it looks kind of beta to be throwing it from down low.
Submarine
like
pitching is cool.
Yeah, but it's the same. Like, I'm fascinated by what makes it cool. Like, what makes it cool and not cool.
I mean, simply, submarine pitching is cool and granny shots are not.
I can't wait to see that kid throw for us next year.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. Felix Okpara, 72% free throw shooter.
He really improved. Who's your favorite submarine guy all time, Russ?
I don't know all the side armors for the Braves. For me, it was Greg McMichael.
He was
a very good sidearm pitcher, and we had a guy in the '90s named Brad Klontz, who was pretty sidearm. Causey last year, obviously, was a great sidearm pitcher.
We had any other sidearmers at Tennessee?
I'm sure we have.
Sewell, kinda. He had kind of a different kind of delivery, I feel like.
Yeah, it was funky.
We had Greg. Well, how long ago was that we had Greg on? Was that last year or the year before?
A couple times. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show this afternoon. You can call or text the drive at 865-966-3435. Texter says, do you expect Tennessee to restructure Vitello's buyout or contract this summer? His buyout drops to $1 million in July, then drops another $1 million next July, then to $800,000 in 2027, $400,000 in 2028. He becomes affordable very quickly to the Tyson Chicken Man.
Oh, down there in Arkansas? I just don't – I don't know. I may end up ruining the day I said that. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not either. I don't
and a lot of it – did you happen to see – I sent you guys a video of Brandon Walker and T-Bob talking about who the best coach in college baseball was.
I didn't end up watching the video.
And Brandon Walker – T-Bob obviously said Jay Johnson, and Brandon Walker was like, nah, it's Tony Vitello.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't see the current administration unless, like Russ says, the scenario where X happens, just something that we can't even dream up right now.
Things change. You never know what's going to happen a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Things change, things get weird, but right now I feel good about it. I don't know that Tony deserves some sort of massive contract readjustment. In that, he's kind of a victim of his own success in that respect, right? Because like you could make the argument, man, 5 super regionals in a row.
I mean, he's already the highest.
Yeah,
paid
like
guy.
what are you going to do? Are you going to give him another raise? And
I think with Tony, if instead of him enriching him personally, if they throw some more money at something that he's really thinks he needs right now.
We're giving him a $100 million baseball
we've already,
facility.
I mean, it's just like, or is it just a situation like fantastic season, wish we'd gotten an Omaha coach. If there's anything we need to do to help you, let us know. But
yeah, I know he's out recruiting right now. And
I mean,
I don't know what his you hear things about, what is his relationship with Danny White and all that stuff. And I don't know if they sit down and have an exit, I don't know if Danny White does that. You have like a meeting, not an exit meeting, an end of year review, performance review thing. But like if it's me, I just kind of sit down and be like, look, man, you're the man. We love you. We're 100% happy with everything you're doing. We're excited about the facility unveiling next year. We're excited about the team. Like, what do you need? Like, you tell me. What do you need?
Yeah,
I think Tony's reasonable enough. I don't think he's going to say, well, $3.2 million is not enough. I need $4 million a year. But there might be I think he's reasonable enough to know we're not going to build him a new indoor practice facility with the indoor field and all that stuff. But maybe there is, you need a new players' lounge, you need a new batting cage, you need a pitching like whatever it is, you need a new quality control assistant position. Like,
yeah,
there's stuff like that you could do.
Do we need an updated form of TrackMan? Some system that would help get the guys ready.
I think he's just finished the baseball stadium. Pretty much. I mean, we want, as long as that thing's finished for next year, and he keeps getting some financial help on the recruiting side of things. Like, unless he is asking for like top of the line MLB type training and prep stuff, like stadium and recruiting.
I mean, we've already, we're in the middle of the stadium. I don't know. I don't think there's that many issues to solve going past what we've talked about.
Did they do anything with Heupel's contract?
I don't know. I can't remember. Well, maybe we look it up.
I mean, you would think like his leveraging position would never have been higher for a raise. Well, it was pretty. We gave him a big raise after 2022, and then I think we kind of left it alone in 23. But he just made the college football playoff.
I mean, he hit all his bonuses, except he hit a lot of them.
Yeah, and he's like $9 million or something like that a year. I mean, he's if he's not top 10, he's borderline.
So
that would be the one that I would have be like, dude, you're making $9 million a year.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like what, and maybe that's what we talked about Marion Hobby.
Yeah,
maybe it is. Hey,
freed up some cheese for him.
Instead of just giving you more money, like what do you need? What is going to make it easier for you? And maybe it's just as simple as, hey, NIL money, buy me players.
NIL money and maybe.
But they are bringing in a lot of these analysts, quality control guys, things like that.
Yeah. So Heupel, his last thing with his contract was back in 2023. He signed an extension through the 28 season. He's still just making $9 million annually, which is 10th nationally.
I bet they did something. And that was another Danny White thing. Remember the first year here when everybody was wondering about, and it might have been that year when everybody's wondering, what did you do for Heupel's contract? And he wanted to wait until the end of the year to announce everybody's contract at the same time.
Yeah, that weird thing.
That was kind of weird. I feel like he kind of ditched that. But
when's the last time we did anything with Barnes?
That's a good
question. Or is he just kind of...
Well, he got that huge raise when the UCLA thing happened here, and I think they've just been giving him, like, modest pay bumps since then.
Yeah, I think it's just been, like, quiet pay bumps. I mean, coach as long
God
as
knows
you
he's hitting his bonuses.
I believe the last thing he signed was a 1-year contract extension through the 27-28 season.
Russ, what about instituting a bonus system on the drive here for me and Walker and Jace?
I'd love that.
Feel like that would improve productivity?
I mean, yeah. If you all want to come up with some sort of incentive system where...
That's on you, man.
I'm just wondering, like, it's on me.
To figure out our bonuses?
Like,
yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, where our podcast is today, because that's all I'm getting right now is people going, where's the podcast?
There is a server connection timed out between us and SoundCloud currently.
SoundCloud's having a server problem.
Okay. Well, I just say, like, these are the kind of issues that would have to be resolved for any sort of bonus structure to be implemented.
So we can't make our bonuses because SoundCloud can't get their server right and whatever.
Like, at the end of I don't care.
Server farm they own.
I want the podcast out. I don't care how it's done.
It's
gets
probably
there.
not going to be out for about another hour.
Well, all right. That's not good enough. What do you want me to tell you? You don't get your bonus.
That's tough.
You think Rick Barnes, when he wants this review, you think Vitello, when he sits down for his end of the year review with Danny White, it's like, I'm sorry, we couldn't make the College World Series again. Like, I didn't have my senior hitters didn't come through. Like, my 3, 4, and 5 guys.
It's apples and oranges compared to this
How
situation.
You didn't go to Omaha, Tony? What do you want from me?
This is completely
the
beyond
podcast
our
isn't
control.
up there. What do you?
It's completely beyond
Accountability
our control.
Island wants a raise, wants a new extension, wants a bonus.
This is a company man over there, the company
Truly.
store.
Yeah.
He's rooting against the working man.
Let's get a union rolling.
Yeah,
How
we
about
should
that?
make a drive union.
Hey, y'all stop talking to each other. Stop that, Jace. Right now.
Yeah.
You're all replaceable.
We have the power now.
Stay with us. The shocking conclusion of The Drive coming up next year on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Tired of your home looking outdated? Drafty windows costing you a fortune on your energy bills? Then it's time to give your home a massive upgrade from North Knox Siding and Windows. At North Knox Siding and Windows, they don't just improve homes, they transform them. Their high-quality, energy-efficient windows and durable siding not only enhance your home's curb appeal, but also save you money year-round. With over 20 years of experience and thousands of happy customers, it's easy to see how they've built a reputation on trust, craftsmanship, and unbeatable value. Call North Knox Siding and Windows today and set up a free estimate. Their phone number is 865-689-0505. That's 689-0505. Or just go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. North Knox Siding and Windows, where quality meets value and your home gets the attention it deserves.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Do you love to gamble? Do you enjoy listening to people talk about gambling? Well, then I have some good news for you. Every weeknight at 6 p.m., you can hear John Reed and William Pattison go over the slate, thanks to our friends at VIP Play. Sports topics aren't always black and white, but on the slate, they are always green. Nothing but trends, angles, and bets to try to make you some money. The Slate, presented by VIP Sports on Fan Run Radio, weeknights from 6 to 7 p.m.
Good afternoon. It's pretty crowded right now. Broadway, traveling through the Fountain City area over the ridge there in the Halls, going outbound there on Rangeline Road, and Halls picked up in just in the last few minutes. Busy across that Solway Bridge out of the Oak Ridge area. Heavy traffic volume out here in West Knoxville now. 40 East and West over the top of West Hills. Amco Transmission, serving East Tennessee since 1962. Call Amco Transmissions at 832-8686. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Wrapping up on a Wednesday afternoon, getting you ready for the slate headed your way next on many of these Fan Run affiliates. Greg Amsler, another New Jersey Vol.
Oh, yeah, Amtrak. That dude was a beast, man.
Number 43 in your program, number 1 in your hearts.
Mm-hmm.
D. Grego says, I don't know why, but I feel like Bear hates the Beach Boys. What?
What gave him that impression?
Was it like the pop comment? I detected a hint of maybe a little bit.
It's the sound of my childhood, man. Summertime.
Proud fan of the Beach Boys?
Absolutely. They used to put out these 45, like they do the medley songs. And it'd be like Barbara Ann and like,
yeah, they had that
was
party
back-
album, right?
Yeah, it was back in the 60s. Like these guys, these greed heads in the 60s, they would do anything to squeeze every last dime out of kids. And
They would
teenagers.
re-release the same songs over and over again.
Beach Boys, the Beatles.
Did you grow up listening to vinyl?
Yeah.
I came in like on the end of that. Tapes were big when I first started music.
Vinyl was
music,
big
cassette
when I was a
tapes.
little kid, and then 8-tracks briefly. 8-tracks, believe it or not, 8-tracks sound good.
Okay.
Is there on that?
I'll take your word. I've never heard an 8-track. I don't think I've ever seen an 8-track. If you presented it to me right now, I'd be like, what is that?
It was like this big cartridge, like game cartridge looking thing. You slam it in the side or the top.
I got a whole case. They probably don't work anymore because they've been sitting in my garage collecting dust and elements and whatever. But I got a whole big old thing of cassette tapes. Mostly like mixtapes, and like we would record. Like somebody had a good CD or a tape, you would just record it, and then you'd have the tape.
True.
Mixtapes are a lost art. Now they've got, actually not just Discovery, you can do like playlists on Apple Music. And
It's not the same.
kind of
though. When sitting down,
the amount of work and especially if you wrote out
Yes.
everything and put maybe some damn artwork on there.
There's the great scene in that movie High Fidelity where John Cusack is talking about how to make a great mixtape.
Yeah.
What goes into it.
What a time. You gotta think
A
of
lot
the
of
person.
thought, too.
Yeah.
You want to start off with something big. It's kind of like making a batting order, and then you hit maybe a ballad or two in there, and then you come back, and there's an ebb and flow to it. Like you said, writing down the –
Oh, yeah.
And you got to make sure that, you leave enough space after the song before you stop recording, and then you rewind it a little bit so you don't have those abrupt cuts in between tunes.
Do you remember when hidden tracks in the 90s, and you wouldn't find out that this song you just discovered, you know what would happen? You'd be playing a CD, it'd play out, and you'd be all smashed or wrecked on something, and then you'd be too smashed to get up and like put in a different CD, and then like out of the blue, like 10 minutes later, a song would start playing. Like, wow.
Nirvana had one of those.
Live had it was one of their best songs. Like, I liked Live. I know you said that guy was super nice. Didn't you interview him? Ed Kowalczyk or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, Ed Kowalczyk. I did interview him back in
But
the
they
day.
had a song called Horse. It was a hidden track on Copper. It's called Untitled. I think it's their best song.
I'll have to check it out.
There's no way this is real, Chase. What are you
No,
saying?
it's real.
It's not real.
It is real.
It's not real.
It is.
I'm going to choose to believe it's real regardless.
I will, simply because he's a Kentucky grad.
DeMarcus Cousins in trouble. Where is this? This is a Puerto Rican professional
Rico.
basketball league. And what is he in trouble for?
There's a video of it. It is real.
Videos aren't necessarily real anymore. Ever heard of AI?
This is not AI.
I spent the morning watching fake stormtroopers.
Scroll down in the article. It is there.
Video
It gets right up
appears
in
to
the-
show him digging in his genital area before pressing his fingers in front of the person's face, causing them to react angrily.
This is real.
I can't see the
I'm gonna
video.
watch
The
it.
video's not loading for me. Wait a minute. Here it is.
Hold on. Here we go.
These videos aren't loading on my phone.
Oh, he didn't like put his hand down his pants or anything. That's
He got
real.
in there.
Nah, he did it
He
through
got
his
in there.
shorts.
He got in
I
there.
mean, it was incredibly disrespectful. I don't know why you'd want to step
He
to
got in
Boogie
there.
Cousins. I mean, DeMarcus is crazy. Isn't he like a well-known nut job?
Oh yeah, Boogie. Yeah.
I mean, he's nuts. I mean, he scratched his family jewels through his shorts and then held his hand up to that guy's face. It's very disrespectful.
That's borderline. That's assault, brother.
Where is this at, in Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
I don't know if I'd be doing it down there. They've got, it's a Caribbean nation. People in those
What does
places.
that
are
mean?
usually-
You don't think they have laws down there?
No, what I'm saying is those people are usually pretty hot-tempered.
Oh, yeah. I've heard, there's some
You mean
interesting
those
stories
people?
out there.
People from hot climates. They've done studies.
Oh my god.
They have.
people from hot climates are
hot
angrier?
tempers.
Yeah, they've done studies. People
from hot climates.
are more prone to violence.
All-timer.
If you are from a really hot country. Look at the Middle East.
Look at that movie, Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Look at the Middle East.
It's very hot, and there's very little water. Florida had like a power forward back in the day, in like
You don't think?
late
Hold
80s,
on.
early
You
90s.
don't think?
And he came from like
You're
one
saying
of
they're
those
mad because
Caribbean
they're
nations.
thirsty? Is that what you're saying?
Because it's incredibly hot and they're thirsty. Have you ever been like super hot and thirsty?
You just get agitated? I just call
Yeah.
that
I don't want to
hangry.
hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Don't
You
you
know,
think
living
the
it
Middle
every
East
day.
thing has more to do with the religious sectarianism than the temperature?
No, I think it's got more to do with the fact that it's incredibly hot and there's not a lot of water over there.
That's what you think.
I mean, it's incredibly hot in the Caribbean, but you don't have people
And they've done sociological studies where it's shown that people that come
in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean, yeah.
You don't think that's more violent than the place where they throw people off the buildings for being gay or stone people if they cheat on their
Well, I mean,
wife or
that's-
husband
that's also an
cut off
incredibly hot
heads and-
area.
Yeah, but they're not doing that because of the heat. They're doing it because the
I'm
religious
just saying,
text
just
says to do it.
the snapping, just violence. You can look it up, Russ. Don't take my word for it. Do some damn research there.
I'm not taking your word for it. That's why we're arguing.
Have you done your research?
I'll do some research and show you my work. But yeah, that's a thing.
I need to see some scientific studies.
Anyhow, there was
Pretty
Florida
hot
had
in Hawaii. Those people seem to be
It's not
chilling.
the same kind of heat.
It's a
Pacific.
different heat. It's a different
That's,
heat.
and it's in fact actually a very temperate climate. But there was a guy that was from the Caribbean that played for Florida. He's power forward. He had been on campus like 2 days through some dude through a plate glass window at a Captain D's in Gainesville. Got mad.
Because he was from.
Because that was the weather.
That was one of the cases that they cited. You know, people that come from hot climates are hot tempered.
That was his legal defense?
No, I don't know what his legal defense was. The guy had said something to him. But yeah, it's through some fast food place. I can't remember the guy's name. He was a pretty good player, though. He didn't get any trouble. Not serious trouble. Like college basketball kind of trouble.
People from warm climates.
I may have misspoke about one, like incredibly hot. People are hot. They do crazy stuff. I don't know why that's such a hard sell to you three.
I see your point, but I think there's a lot more that goes into it other than just the weather. I think crazy people are going to do crazy things.
Regardless.
They've done
of climate.
studies.
Stay with us. We got the slate headed your way next. Get those gambling